loud. Sorry about that. I didn't realize how loud these are going to be. Hello, welcome back to the Observatory. My name is Jeff Starlick, and I welcome you to another One Piece discussion. The Straw Hat readers have read a lot of One Piece. More than we were supposed to, because we got too excited and into it. But first, Dr. Toto Hex and Chaos Gemini, thank you very much for remaining a slugling for 12 months and 22 months, respectively. Holy crap, that's a long time. The Slug Piece! And yeah, Toto's in a jar. I shoved her in there. Sorry. I hope she enjoys the new life.
You gotta get like a sound effect of you like slamming on glass, like let me out, like have it like muffled. Like.
Let's do this. Hang on. Let me out.
I kind of can, yeah. But yes, I am joined here today by Dr. Toto Hex, Realm, and Paper Dawn, the usual Straw Hat readers. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves while I remind myself to do one thing I forgot to do.
Hello, it's Dr. Toto Hex, the smartest science turtle, and Yorosho Nechan, tonight in chibi form.
Chibi form.
Hey guys, my name is Realm, Professor Guide to the Stars, and local Hot Lady Island enjoyer. Happy to be back.
I'm Paper Dawn, artist.
Cool.
Also certified VV of the group, and
Yeah.
we all have like titles now, right? For our Straw Hat reading group.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right. I'm the captain.
Yeah.
I fight,
I'm
ask
the-
questions later.
I'm the analyst.
Yeah. Wait, did you really just name yourself the VV?
No, I think I said the artist.
Okay.
I
That's what
I
thought.
debated on my own for so long, because I'm like, I feel like doing the artist is so lame, and also has nothing to do with VV. And I was like,
That's all right.
so I was debating on the VV. That would have been funnier.
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's really cute art. If you haven't seen it, I recommend looking for it on Twitter or joining our Discord to see it. It's very cute.
I'm just going on Twitter. I think it's all of our profile pictures still.
That's true. It is all over profile. Look at the silent solidarity.
It was mine for a bit, and then I was like, I want to update mine to the Final Fantasy version.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I think that's acceptable.
That was really flattering when I noticed, because I saw like in the tag all of you there was all the art, and I was like, oh, they all changed their icons.
We all changed it.
That's a material.
Moonlight, thank you very much for the 22-month slugling sub.
By the way, I'm in front of the alert box.
I know, it's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. I can read them still.
All right.
Out loud. I can read even if other people can't. But yeah, cheese and rice smoothie. Yeah, I can read. I read all this One Piece.
What?
Yeah, it's like a lot of reading.
You
It's
weren't
like-
just looking at the pictures.
You read
and
87
guessing what they're saying.
chapters. Yeah, 87
Yeah,
chapters.
that's a lot. Isn't it
So
maybe the most we've read in one
I
sitting?
think so. Usually we capped out at like 70, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, do we read over 100? How many did you say?
87. Not over
87,
100.
okay.
Yeah. It felt like
Could-
over
It could
100.
have been 700, and I would have been like, yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, totally. It was so intense.
Time was just flying by. I wasn't even paying
I
attention.
know. So when we last left off, Luffy got separated from all of his friends because the Kuma Bear Man Thanos them away, kinda.
I think the scientific term is yeet.
He yeeted
Yeah.
them.
He vacationed them.
He
temporarily
vacationed them, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, Thanos isn't right because they're not gone. They're just
They're
gone.
always in our hearts.
Yeah. Yeah, they get yeeted to their own respective islands, and Luffy ends up on Hot Lady Island, as we very quickly find out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He lands on Amazon Lily, the island of all women, and they're all like very strong, and strength is beauty, and it's actually ruled by one of the 7 rulers that we haven't met yet.
Yeah.
Boa Hancock.
Yeah,
Believe
it's
She's cool.
she's cool. I don't know how to feel about her yet, but I like to know what other people think too.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about Boa Hancock, since she's like the pretty much like all that happened in this arc.
Yeah, like they find Luffy and he's gummy, and they're like, "Why is this man stretchy? Are all men stretchy?" And that's like most of it.
Yeah.
Those are my
Well,
family
okay.
jewels.
Yeah.
One thing I did like actually
Give me
is
your jewels,
how
I can give
Luffy keeps talking about like, oh, I wish Frankie was here, or I wish Sanji was here.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't navigate unless Nami was here. So he like really misses his friends.
Yeah, he misses his
Yeah.
friends.
He really depends on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, he eats some bad mushrooms because Sanji isn't there to tell them that they're poison.
Yeah.
And he has mushrooms growing all over his body. So the women take him and they like pull the mushrooms off and burn them off. And they're like, wait a second, there is one mushroom between his pants or between his legs that is not real.
Yeah.
And we get the answer to the question that, yes, indeed, all parts of Luffy are indeed rubbery and stretch.
Mhm.
Good for him.
Good for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Size doesn't matter when you can just stretch, right?
Yeah. Who cares?
like it matters to Luffy.
Right.
Yeah, Boa's cool. Her power's cool too. The what is it called?
It's the meadow,
Meadow,
the
meadow,
love
yeah.
fruit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a fun idea.
Yeah. So
I
what,
like
what do
how
you
it
guys
just-
think of Boa Hancock?
I like her. Well, okay, so at first I thought I was gonna hate her because I thought like the notion of just being like love struck with Luffy was like really cheesy and annoying. But it's actually really charming and funny. And they have some like really good jokes with it.
Mhm.
I was surprised. But she's also kind of badass because she has a cool ability and can do cool things with her legs or whatever.
Oh,
And I like her funny pose when she points down at people.
She's just a very ridiculous
Yeah.
person.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's really over.
I think
the
it
top.
fits. I think it fits really well with One Piece. Like to have like that hot girl character, you know, the swooning fan service girl character to just be like kind of just like a weirdo. It's kind of fun. Like
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's true. That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
But
love-
I don't know. Like people don't like it when Sanji does the same thing.
Well, I
You
don't.
know?
Yeah, that's
On
true.
the opposite.
I thought Boa was a lot like Sanji for the first half of that arc.
Mhm.
Because she was just like the comic relief, and then the poise of, oh well, I can do this because I'm beautiful. You know, he does his things because he loves women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, not that it was bad being sort of like that one-dimensional kind of cool badass character, but I don't know. It just reminded me of him for a while. So I was just like, what'll he do? What'll she do?
Yeah.
How many times is he gonna be like, because I'm beautiful?
yeah. I guess Boa's not like you're kind of supposed to like her, but she's also like kind of borderline a villain, sort of like.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
yeah.
she's
That's,
her
Really,
first
she's not a
her
good
first
person.
yeah her first clip is her kicking a cat. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. She
then
literally
she kicks
kicks
a
a
baby
puppy. Like,
I
I'm supposed to
know.
like her.
exactly. It's like it's so over the top that I like. It's less that I like her as a person and more like her as an inclusion
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
story.
yeah.
It's like you know.
Yeah. Like I would
Um,
not date this woman.
Yeah, I would not date her either. but I think it's really the like I thought I was gonna get sick of the whole like she's fawning over Luffy jokes, but they were pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The whole like every time he says her name, she's like, "Are we married? Does this mean we're married now?"
Are we
And I
married
was like,
now? Yeah.
"This is really
Misinterpretations
stupid."
of "I love you." Oh my god, he said he loves me.
Yeah. And I wonder.
And just given like the whole circumstance of what's happening and how she like doesn't care at all about anything but that, it's like it's just a really ridiculous scenario. It fits
Oh,
the
yeah.
story so well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
I wonder if the difference between Sanji and Boa is like Boa only cares about one person. Like she's very
That's true.
devoted to her one
And
person.
She's like reactionary to that person. She doesn't like go out of her way to like fawn and like hug on Luffy or anything.
No, she
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah.
And like I think I was talking to my friend about it, and there's this frustrating thing that you can think about with someone like Sanji, where if all the Straw Hats were like hanging on for dear life, Sanji would probably only save the women.
That's not true though.
I don't
because
know.
in Sabaody, like literally, he was like, "Okay, Frankie, you go take care of Nami. I need to go help Zoro and Usopp."
I guess, but maybe it feels like that sometimes
I
at least.
feel
Like some.
you said it correctly, Toto. Like Sanji's not a very nice person, but he is a kind person, and he will still do the right thing in the end, even if it's begrudging. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so
Like,
anyway.
He acts like he would only save the women, but like in reality, he does care.
Yeah, I guess like if he had to, he would choose the women or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I
point
feel
is,
like if
there's
he knows that the women is safe, then he like goes to save them.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's something like if it feels weird on like Sanji, with Boa, it's like again, you're not really. I don't know if you're supposed to like that aspect of her. Or at least you're supposed to find it like stupid. So I don't
Yeah.
know. It's hard when you're like have like a main character like Sanji that you're like constantly trying to root for, and it's like, why is he weird?
Yeah, why is he like
that's
that?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
Sanji is.
true.
I'm not trying to like defend Sanji all the time though, because I don't like Sanji.
Oh.
It's unfortunate because it's like it is just a detriment to his writing in my opinion.
yeah.
It's like he would be better if it wasn't written the way it is. Also,
Yeah.
man, yeah, we'll talk about the chapter covers with him too. I was like, this is so stupid.
I know.
I know, yeah. But yeah, we should probably explain to chat what the hell happened. So, Luffy ends up falling into Boa's bath after she comes back from her pirating escapades,
Mm-hmm.
and then he sees something that should not be seen on her back because she's naked. And then she challenges him to like a arena execution, basically, where
Yeah.
he's supposed to be executed by her snake sisters. And we learn that Boa's power is basically based around love. Anyone who like has any sort of like affectionate feelings for her, she can turn them into stone.
Mm-hmm.
Which she does to the Marines who try to like recruit her for the war against Whitebeard that's about to happen. They're like, you gotta fight in this war because you're one of our warlords. And she's like, no, I don't want to.
How about you?
How about
Yeah,
now?
how about
yeah.
She's kind of like a queen bee bitch, and gets what she wants.
She
But
has like a
then-
spoiled princess vibe, kind of.
Luffy,
Mhm.
Luffy is like immune to her powers because he feels like no affection towards her when she turns her own people to stone.
Yeah,
same
the
people who
the
had saved
superpower
Luffy.
of asexuality. Fuck yeah.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Luffy does end up like winning the fight, but also he covers Sandersonia. Yeah, one of the Snake Sisters'
No.
backs because they had said that they didn't want anyone to see that. And it turns out it's a slave mark because, unbeknownst to all the people of the kingdom, the pirate empress Boa Hancock and her sisters were all, they were slaves on Mary Joy.
Mary, yeah.
The celestial dragons, they were slaves under them.
Yeah.
And they don't go into detail as to like what was done to them, but you can kind of assume that like terrible things were done to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slavery. It's pretty awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the first time One Piece is delved into this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, literally the arc before we were dealing with slave trading, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they were like child slaves, and it's pretty effed up.
Yeah, it's messed up.
So they don't want anyone to like know about that shame.
Yeah.
So, because Luffy like covered up the slave mark, and also because he's like immune to her love powers, Boa Hancock like falls head over heels for Luffy and is gonna help him get to Impel Down where Ace is being held.
Yes.
Or his brother Ace.
Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yes. During the fight though, they did talk about hockey.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hockey, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he like intimidates everybody with his hockey.
Yes, and they were all very surprised because they're like, "Oh my God, he has the same powers as
Boa.
Boa Hancock."
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you guys think of hockey at this moment? I think they do at post-war, they explain hockey a little bit better. But at this point,
At this point, oh gosh, I just kind of interpreted it as like rolling a nat 20 on your like intimidation checks kind of thing, as a D&D player. But yeah, I was like, I guess it's just you did really good at intimidating people.
I thought it was a pretty cool way of, because like, you know, I feel like we've all seen enough martial arts, manga, anime, manhwa to be like, oh, well, there is an idea of presence, but like, it's cool that they brought it into a pirate, you know, show.
Mm-hmm.
or pirate story. So I
I
like that.
also do know Realm. You were asking for like a separate, like, or another power system.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not it doesn't have to be as complicated as Hunter x Hunter, but it's something.
Yeah, yeah, not as complicated as Nen.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned any other one besides that, right?
Um, like the other two sisters show the other two types, but they didn't really explain them at all.
Oh, you're right.
They were just like, I can predict your movements. I can make you feel like you're not actually made of rubber.
Yeah.
Did they explain hockey before at all?
No.
Really? That was the first
No, I think it came up when they were trying to rescue the mermaid in the
Yes. And Rayleigh uses hockey to like take her shackles off.
one. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Play the auction house. And at the very beginning, in chapter 1 of the series, Shanks uses hockey to scare away the big eel sea monster.
Oh my god.
And in
Oh, no.
Skypiea, like the mantra that NL uses is also hockey.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's a
Yeah.
great Klingon.
It is hockey. They just call it something else. Yeah.
Yeah, they call it mantra.
Mantra. Yeah.
Which is
Oh.
like interesting. You wonder if he had planned this all or if he kind of like coincidentally like slid into it.
I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, because, like, you know, Skypiea was up, obviously, in the sky for that most part, but, like, how did they get the understanding of it? But also to the point that, like, Goldie Roger was up in Skypiea, so, like, there was some form of communication. You just don't know. Like, it's hard to...
Now you know what it's like being a One Piece reader. You're just like, how did these things happen? They're all connected. What?
Yeah. How are they all connected? Yeah.
Yeah, does it explain where Enel was from? Was he from? He wasn't from Sky.
He wasn't from
Yeah.
Skypiea. It said he came from another island that he had destroyed.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
And we do learn in like later that there are other sky islands. Like that Skypiea isn't the only one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's such a fun. I think it's such a fun idea that Luffy knows hockey but doesn't know he knows hockey, so he's just using it and everyone's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
badass.
It's just like natural abilities.
It's like a really anime kind of thing, but it's so satisfying. I'm
Yeah.
such a sucker for it.
Yeah, it's really fun. I also like that they had like all the Amazon ladies had like Gorgon powers, and it was neat.
Yeah, and all of their like snakes were alive, but also like turned into their like bows and spears and staffs. And
Yeah,
everything.
that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
But I know most of it's hockey.
Yeah, they shoot their
Wait.
arrows. They're normal arrows, but they're coated with hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed the independence of the Amazons, just, like, in a cool way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, I just wish like I don't know. I felt like we didn't actually spend a lot of time in Amazon Lily, so we didn't actually get to know anyone like super well, except for like Hancock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Which is like kind of fine. Like I think it kind of served its purpose well. He had
Yeah,
somewhere to
true.
be kind of thing. He needed to get out of there.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and I mean, it shows that Luffy is Luffy no matter where he is or who he's with, because he, like, those 3 ladies that helped him, he's like, what the heck? Why did you do that? And, like, goes to defend them.
Yeah.
That get turned into stone. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hancock tests him and is like, okay, I can either give you a ship to leave, or I can undo the like stone power I did on these 3 people who saved you.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to bait him into like showing how greedy he is as a man, because they like don't really like men.
Yeah. But he's like,
But,
no,
I'll
I'll save
like,
my
no,
friends.
yeah, to save them. He's like, "No way."
Yeah. I'll save them. Yeah. Yeah, Luffy's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the little solo arc he had when this started. I was like, I realized kind of like what was going to be happening. I was like, oh, is this going to be like a whole? Because I kind of knew like I know of the time skip, so like I was like, oh, what? Like, is this really going to be like arcs without the Straw Hats? I was like, that's going to be so fascinating.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to see him like solo it, like figuring stuff out by himself, and not having his crew to bounce off of.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. And although I was worried, I was like, I kind of want to know what they're doing though. So I'm glad that we got to see
Yeah.
it sometimes in like the
Yeah.
cover arts.
I think
Yeah.
like we haven't seen like Luffy like on his own like this since like chapter 1.
Yeah.
No, he was in the in Skypiea. He was inside the snake or whatever.
That's
for,
true.
like, a million
That's true, but
chapters.
it's not like those chapters we still saw the other people and what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. It wasn't a solo mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an involuntary solo mission.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's it for Amazon.
Yeah.
Pretty short arc.
Yeah, short arc. Yeah, in the end, they, like you said, Luffy realizes that Ace is going to be executed, and he's like, I gotta get to Impel Down, and convinces Boa to take him there, or help him get
Because
there.
Boa's Shichibukai. She's one of the 7 warlords allied with the Navy,
Yeah.
with the Marines. She's allowed to like go with them,
Mm-hmm.
go visit Impel Down, the prison.
Yeah. And that's that.
Yeah, she like says she wants to see Ace, right? That's like how
Yeah.
she gets in.
She's like,
Yeah.
I need to see who I'm defending before I can join your fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Or who we're executing.
Yeah.
Star and slug rating?
Yeah, sure. I can start slug
I
really
guess.
quickly.
It was really short arc.
Star rating is my rating. Slug is 2. Do I like it? Do I
Do you recommend it? Okay, so
recommend
star
it?
how much we like it. Slug rating is how much we would recommend you to read it.
Yeah. I think it's like a 6 for Star Slug for me, or star rating for me. Because like it's good, but it's not anything super special. It's kind of just like a leading up arc, is what it felt like, and it introduces Boa as a character. Do I recommend it? I feel like it's also a 6 though, because I feel like you should read it because I feel like Boa is probably quite important. I mean, she's important throughout the entire rest of the saga, so yeah, and it's not that long, so yeah, just read it.
Who's
Yeah,
next?
I would also say 6 for star rating. It's like not much happens in this arc. And what happens is like fine, but it really isn't much substance.
Yeah.
It feels like. Slug rating is 10 if you like just like looking at pictures of hot women.
That's
I guess.
true. That's true. There's a lot of hot ladies.
Yeah, of all sorts of shapes and sizes.
I was gonna say a lot of variations.
Yeah.
Hot ladies is nice.
Yeah. But no, for real though, like this is like a 3 slug rating. You really like just need to know Boa Hancock is a character and kind of like move on.
Yeah. Boa is there.
Yeah, Boa is there.
Perceived. Yeah, I would definitely say your most average 6 I could ever give. Obviously you wouldn't know what to do, or like how to even get a ship or anything if you didn't read it. So read it. I'm only giving it a 5 for Slug because I can say Hot Lady Island,
Yeah.
and they were
Yep.
nice. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, probably give it like a 5 on both ends. Just like it's fine. It serves its purpose. It's more just setup. And like, if I'm being honest, like if you really were strapped for time, you could probably read a summary
Yeah.
of this arc and like be efficient.
fine,
Like, you know, like Luffy finds out about Impel Down, meets this girl named Boa Hancock, gets on a
Get a
ship.
ship.
Like,
Yeah.
There you go. You go.
There's like a little bit of
Interest.
character, like you said. There's some good moments where he's like, you know, talking about how he like can't do stuff without his crew, just kind of establishing that like he relied on them for a lot. It's like good character establishing stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, it's fine. It makes sense why. It's also like they had to plop him in a random location,
Yeah.
so it was a smart idea to make that random location give like a bit more context to like the world. Like meeting Boa Hancock was a really seamless way to like get Luffy to Impel Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And we do get to like meet another warlord, and it's interesting that like, you know, we're not fighting all the warlords. It's not like that kind of series where it's like, oh, there's 7 warlords of the sea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I like how they established, at least especially with Boa, that the warlords are like just kind of there either by obligation or money sometimes. Like they're still pirates. Like they
Yeah.
still don't care. Like at the end of the day, they're there for themselves. So
Yeah.
like Boa's like, I don't give a shit about the Navy. Like let's get Luffy in there. Like he's
Yeah.
hot. Like
I mean, we saw like what happened with Crocodile. He like took over a whole country.
true. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. You're right.
Um,
Okay.
And now I guess it's simple downtime.
Yep.
It's a lot. There's a lot that happens here.
Collab City.
Collab
Yeah.
City, yeah.
I love Impel Down. Impel Down's so fun.
Gosh,
It's so
many
good.
characters that I wasn't expecting to come back to.
I know.
Yeah. Although I feel like the most. Never mind. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Okay, so he gets on Boa's ship, and Boa like hides him like under her dress and stuff because she's like super tall. And like even though they're on like the Navy or the Marine ship, like she just like it gets all this food just to feed Luffy,
Oh yeah.
and like but they don't get caught somehow
Oh yeah, it's so funny.
because she just like convinces them because like she's so beautiful she can just convince them that nothing is wrong. I just like to eat like 20 plates of food.
I just
Normal.
eat 30 pounds of food a day.
Yeah. So they reach Impel Down, which is this gigantic underwater prison, which is just such a good idea. Like, in a world where all the superpowered people are like weak to ocean water and can't swim, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you make like a giant underwater prison for them?
Yeah.
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 And
yeah.
it's like Dante's Inferno, basically.
You could tell that like maybe Oda was reading some like Greek myths or something with the Gorgons, and then there's like Minotaurs.
True.
It's definitely
Yeah,
supposed to be like.
different levels of hell.
Yeah, it's supposed to
Yeah.
be like
It's
you know
definitely
like
like
an analogy
Dante's,
for hell.
yeah, Dante's Inferno type thing, yeah.
Well, I think that's like kind of poignant too, the way they do that, because it's also like probably the most brutal location we've been to yet,
Right.
where people are like just dying and being tortured constantly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, but then it. Oh man, they do such a good job with that, because it's like you kind of like are like, yeah, the prison's fucked up. Like, you know, these are
Yeah.
just pirates. They don't deserve this. Like, we know pirates.
Yeah, we know
Like-
pirates,
Yeah.
they're not that bad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But like once again, we just see how corrupt like the world government is. That they just like literally throw the pirates into this hellscape, where like there's like starving hell or like freezing hell or like a hell that's literally just made out of like blade trees and
Oh
covered in
yeah.
blood.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. The visual design in this arc was so cool. Like, Impel
Yeah.
Down's such a cool, like, interesting looking place.
And it felt fresh because every few chapters they would go to a new level and it would be something new, you know.
Yeah.
That's true.
They were, it was just like they were constantly like one up each other. Oh, you want to know about this magna floor? Well, how about I introduce you to the ice floor?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you think that's badass? Like, welcome to Salty Spittoon.
Yeah.
I could
They-
do this. Well, how about this?
They did a good job with its scale too. I feel like every shot of the inside was always really high up, so it was like you were like they had like huge ceilings,
Yeah,
which was really
like
cool. Like,
entire ecosystems.
yeah, which was cool
Yeah.
because you knew it was going underwater, so it's like you only imagine how fucking deep it gets if it's like that tall. Each level's that tall. It must get so deep underwater.
It's true, yeah.
Cool idea.
Yeah.
And we meet like the warden Magellan.
Who apparently
He was scary.
Yeah, he's scary, but he also apparently has diarrhea for like 10 hours a day.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
Well, that was like a really funny idea. I was like, damn, Oda's a genius. The way he poisons all of he gets food poisoning because he poisons all the food he touches.
Yeah, so he's constantly sick from.
It's so
Ugh.
stupid. Like, what a fun idea for that. Like, think how many poison characters are in media.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a fun idea for it.
Yeah, so he only like works 4 hours a day.
Yeah. And then there's the vice warden Hanyo Ball, whose like
Yeah.
sole purpose in life is to like overthrow the warden and become warden himself.
Yeah.
And there's like Domino, who doesn't really do anything. And then there's
It's the dominatrix girl, too,
the
right?
dominatrix girl, Sadie, who is very
She's
hot
Sadie.
ridiculous, too.
and has a
Oh, we
whip.
took a bookmark
wears
of that,
leathers.
absolutely.
And his under boob. Anyway, I'm sorry. And then there's the little dude. I forget his name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
those side characters really didn't do much, now I think
Yeah,
about
they
it.
didn't really do anything.
No, they're there though.
They're there.
They sure are. Well, because I really like. So, what was the You just mentioned the like the right hand man to the warden. What was his
Hannibal?
name?
Oh, Hannibal? Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was really cool by the end. I was like surprised at how they wrote his character. Well,
Yeah.
like cool as in like for villain at least.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
like,
Mhm. In the end, he kind of redeemed himself because he seemed like such a scumbag at the beginning.
yeah, it's interesting how it's like you almost in some ways you kind of don't even blame them because they're thinking that they're doing the right thing.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like they're like, oh, these people are going to just like kill everybody if they're not in this jail. But it's like the people who are putting them in the jail are just saying that to them.
Right.
Like
right.
you don't know who these people really are. It's kind of interesting. It's like they have like a noble cause, but it's for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
That's true.
Ugh.
That is true.
Oda, it's so funny when people are like, no, One Piece is so silly compared to other anime. And I'm like,
Is it
this is
though?
like
Yeah.
the most poignant politics I've seen in a manga in a long time.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I would agree with that. And they show Ace way down at the bottom.
With
Oh,
our
yeah.
boy,
With
our boy
Jinbei.
Jinbei.
Yeah, Jinbei.
Yeah. We finally meet, like, I think this is the final warlord of the sea that we haven't met yet.
Yeah, he's like abstaining, so that's why he's in jail. Abstaining from violence.
Speaking of characters who are in jail, we meet some new characters that are actually old faces.
Oh my gosh, yeah, so like Luffy.
Yeah, he runs into Bug.
Yeah, he looks in a buggy. Like this, it was like, oh god.
I forgot how fun Buggy is. Buggy might be the most fun character to watch, like, or read, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. Like, Luffy sneaks in with, like, Boa's help, and then he doesn't know where he's going, and, like, immediately runs into Buggy. And I think this is maybe the case, but it feels like every time Luffy sees Buggy, he's like, oh, it's Buggy. Like, he's like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck this guy.
Oh, that shit.
That shit again.
Oh, it's this guy again, yeah.
Yeah. But
Huh.
Buggy agrees to help him because that one, like, little thing that Luffy took from Nami.
Yeah.
Was it Thriller Bark? Like, it's some sort of treasure
Oh,
map?
yeah, it was after Thriller Bark, yeah.
Yeah, it's some sort of treasure map, and Buggy really wants it to get Captain John's lost treasure or something.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, you can have it, but you gotta help me.
Yeah. Oh man, that one scene where Buggy's like, take this, evil, like, they're being chased around by, like, the Minotaurs and stuff, and they're like, take this, you remember my
Oh
Buggy
my
ball from way back when in Orange Town?
Yeah.
And then Luffy's like, no.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Please
so.
continue.
God, that was so fucking funny. That face.
Buggy just makes this face of, like, seriously?
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Oh.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like days after I read that, I got a commission from somebody to do emotes for like their Twitch thing, and they sent that as a reference for one of the emotes. And I was like, I just read this. Like,
You fool, I'm already prepared.
That's great.
yeah, and just I love the way they draw, like all exaggerate Buggy, like all of his like limbs pop out when he like gets like when he's surprised or he gets hit or something because
Yeah.
it's like has to do with his powers. He's such a fun character.
Yeah, yeah. This also was very good at letting me understand exactly how his powers work. Because I was like, I don't chop, man, whatever. Luffy punched him in the face. But now I like wanted to know how it worked.
Yeah. So apparently his body can be chopped up into small pieces, but as long as his feet are touching the floor.
Yeah.
His feet can't be removed from the floor, though.
Yeah, he can like fly so long as his feet. are
Yeah,
on the
he can like
ground.
float around,
Yeah.
which really helps because they get through the forest of like tree blades
Yeah. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
because he cannot be cut.
Yeah, there's always people down there too, isn't there? Like there's like a bunch
Yeah,
of
there's like people bleeding down there. There's like spiders and poison
Yeah,
spiders and
it
stuff.
was way more intense than I thought for something that like young teens can read.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
right.
trees were literally in the color version. They're literally just red.
Yeah.
It's just red.
Oh
blood.
really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like not even like just like silver with like reds on the end. They're just pure red.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
they
then
go
they run
down
into
even further and run
Mhm.
into
Mr. 3, right?
Mr. 3.
Sounds good.
Mr. 3, yeah, Mr. 3 is the one I didn't know. I didn't think would show up again. I was like, why are
Yeah,
you here?
I was really surprised. I mean, he's like might be the most interesting like Baroque works guy that showed up, obviously, but like
Yeah.
it was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, he kind of redeemed himself. He was
Yeah.
kind of an asshole before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like irredeemable asshole before. I
I
remember
know.
just being like, "Oh, I cannot wait for this guy to just get punched into Kingdom Come." And
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, by the end of this arc, especially, oh my god, in even Marineford, he had like some big moments that I was like, why is he getting like
I was
this
like,
big
oh.
moment here?
Oh, yeah,
I
me
know,
too.
right?
Yeah, it's interesting. Also, his power is really cool. I feel like it's like a cool idea.
It's like wax powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it could be used in cool ways. Same with like Buggy. Like I'm glad they brought them back because they have some of my like the most interesting powers that they kind of like. They came like obviously Oda had a good idea for it, but then like couldn't really use them beyond the arc they're from. So it's
Yeah.
like
Bring it back.
don't want that stuff to go to waste. It's like you can get a
Yeah.
lot of mileage out of it.
It showed like investment. Like you're thoroughly investing in all of your characters now. Give them time, and like they were able to
Yeah.
add
Yeah,
some more
true.
dimensions. You know, because obviously Buggy had a lore and a half to give for this arc.
Yeah, Also, I really do like how it's been so long since you've seen Buggy that like I think the first thing Luffy does is punch one of like the crazy big like security guard guys and they just like basically die. And then Buggy's like, "Whoa, like what the heck?"
Yeah,
I'm
like,
so strong.
whoa.
I don't want to fight you anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, never mind. Not the same Straw
Yeah.
Hat.
I know, Luffy went up to the sky and killed a god.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, he's a little different now.
but then, like, Buggy's, like, planning to just, like, drop Luffy into, like, the pit and,
Oh,
like, just
yeah.
escape himself. Because he's like, why are you going down? Aren't you trying to, like, break out of the jail?
Like, no.
I know, I'm trying to save my brother.
Say my brother. Yeah.
And then Buggy ends up accidentally falling anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't work
You
out
got
for him.
yourself caught up with Luffy. There's no way you're escaping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they keep going down.
Yeah, they just keep going
And
down. Mr. 3
they-
joins.
Yeah, Mr. 3 joins their little party.
Yeah.
And then they find, I think, was he in the ice hell? Mr. 2?
Mr. 2.
No.
Oh, yeah, I think he was there and he's like, bye. You can go. Or Mr. 1. Yeah, Mr. 2.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, Mr. 2. Von Clay. Mr. 2.
Oh,
Von
yeah,
Clay.
yeah. No,
Oh,
that,
yeah, Mr.
that,
2.
yeah, okay. I was like, wait.
I just keep calling him
Because
Von
of the
Clay. I
eyebrow.
forgot like Mr. 2. Duh. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, Mr. 1 is there too, so I'm confused. Hold on.
The best character in this entire friggin' manga.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I know. He like gives Luffy a jump scare by looking like Zoro at first, but then it's just Von Clay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like actually a friend and not a former enemy. Well, he was kind of an like enemy, but not really.
Yeah.
But they
he
were happy
was.
to see each other because remember he like risked his life at the very end, right? Like
Yeah.
man.
He like really takes care of his friends.
He
Yeah.
loves his friends.
And he's the only one that's not trying to ditch Luffy the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got so close. I was
He's a real one.
man,
He's a real one.
literally.
It's true.
For now for the homies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And from Mr. 2, we learned that also in this prison somewhere is this miracle worker Ivankov,
Yes.
who's apparently the king of the queens,
The king of the
Oh, yeah.
queens.
drag queen king.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was one of the people that randomly disappeared, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were just, he's gone. He's disappeared.
But apparently he can work miracles and he's super
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah, and I think they keep going down. They get to like the starvation hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that like level 3? Is it like the desert?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember.
Question
I think
mark?
so because
Yeah.
level 4 is the heat hell, is the fire hell, because that's why the desert hell is so dry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
then
so
level
they,
5 is the ice hell.
yeah, level 3 is where Boncre is, and then they go down to magma hell or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Blazing hell.
Blaze.
And like
Yeah.
we haven't been talking about it, but this whole time they've been chased by like jailer beasts, like minotaurs or like rhinoceros.
Yeah. Which
and
is
like
so silly.
blue gorillas and just like all these like things are after them this whole time, and they're just running.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's in the whole time they're also kind of like tracked by the Impel Down like security and everything. Like they know
Yeah.
they're there.
Yeah.
But they keep freeing people because of Mr. Three's power to make like wax keys that can just like unlock other prisoners. So they're just like causing havoc everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in level 4, in the Burning Hell, Magellan finally catches up to them.
Yes. He finally catches up to them, and it's really hot because it's like literally hell. Like,
And we see just how like scary Magellan can be because his like he can just like exude poison out of his
Yeah.
body in the shape of a giant hydra.
yeah.
It just,
And the
like,
way that
kills
people
everything it
look when they're
touches.
poisoned is so brutal. It's like they're like melted into poison.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. That's another Greek reference. A hydra.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. He does look really cool, and his power is really scary. So I thought he made for a cool warden in the end,
Yeah.
even if I didn't like him. Like,
Yeah. And like he clearly like knew how to use his powers effectively, right?
yeah,
Like he had a solid grasp. Like I think there was one where like he kind of like just shoots himself through one of like the hydra's mouths to like transport himself.
yeah,
So he like has a creative sense of how to use his powers as well. I think at this point like Mr. 3 and Buggy kind of like ditch Luffy just to like save themselves.
yeah. They're trying to ditch Luffy,
Mhm.
and they
And
get like,
Mr. 2 has to run too, but
yeah,
Luffy's like, I gotta fight him.
yeah,
He's not letting me through.
yeah. He goes to fight Magellan, and he gets all goopy, and it's like, oh no, goopy Luffy.
Yeah, he gets poisoned.
He gets all poisoned. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
he's dying.
And they keep like, I love how they just keep reiterating like, that's enough poison to kill somebody. Like this is enough. He's gonna die. Like
He's
there's
gonna
no way he
die.
can survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's not gonna die. We still got 400 chapters.
It's goofy.
Don't you or your
For the rest of the rest of the chapters, we follow Bucky, don't you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
That's the rest of the series.
Buggy's One Piece.
Yeah, Luffy just dies here, like in the middle of like like the jail cell with some poison. Like,
Yeah.
what a lame way to go.
Poor Luffy.
Yeah.
We knew him well.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool though. It's cool that they put the stakes so high, where it's like, you know, Luffy's like he doesn't have his friends. He's so alone. Well, he's got some of his friends, but he hasn't got like his straw hat.
Yeah, he doesn't have his straw hats.
I think it's also showing like that Luffy really doesn't stand that much of a chance. Now we're getting to the point, like it's kind of like a video game. You're getting to the areas where like you're fighting over leveled enemies now. You're under leveled.
Yeah.
Because they already lost to Sabouti. He like barely won an Amazon Lily. And
That's
then
true.
now he's losing to Magellan.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he
like-
needed to grind somewhere.
Yeah, where he missed the red text that said highly dangerous area.
Yeah.
Silly Luffy.
Yeah, but Bonkre has the power to change the shape into whoever he sees or anyone he has seen. So he's able to save Luffy that way. By
Yeah.
he turns into Hannibal, right? And he like tells them to like go away, and then he like takes him down to level 5,
The freezing
the
hell.
freezing hell, and is trying to find
Ivankov.
Eva. Iva? I don't know.
It's either Ivankov or Ivankov.
Ivankov? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
But,
how they do that really well with Bon Clay, where they'll like cut to a scene where Hannibal's like telling people to do something, and it like doesn't really it like you don't really blink an eye at it until like you're like, wait, no, he wasn't there the last time, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's Bon Clay.
He wasn't there. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and oh my god, yeah, it's like, and Buggy's, I'm just like looking at the chapter. Buggy's like, why would you go back? Like that's like certain death. He's like, because he's my friend. Like that's the only reason I
He
He
It's
said it.
nice.
He said the thing.
need. Yeah.
Not
Man, he's gonna make a great straw hat, right?
I know.
Right, guys.
And then Bon Clay's like getting like bitten by like the wolves who live in this ice hell too.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And he's
gets
like
really
dying
injured,
out
too.
here.
Oh yeah,
And then
yeah.
Luffy like wakes up for a split second,
To protect him.
protect him, and use his like hockey to like knock out all the wolves.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Inazuma finds them, right?
Yeah, Inazuma shows up.
Mm-hmm. And
And...
they take him to level 5.5.
Yeah.
Is that the call
The
out?
secret hell in hell where all the gays live.
Yes.
Where all the gays
I know, the paradise in hell where all
Yeah,
the gays
the
and furries
gender
live.
fluid gays. It's awesome.
I know.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, it
wow,
was
this
60s,
is...
70s counterculture paradise up in there.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we meet Ivankov, who's literally just like Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Yeah, I was
but
like,
with an even bigger face.
it's like, that
Sure.
sure is Tim Curry, but... it was
Oh.
good, though. I do like that Ivankov character. They're very...
yeah.
I guess they're like Bon Clay, I guess, where they have like a code of honor and they don't betray it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while I'm not a huge fan of drag
Yeah.
aesthetic myself, I do like how they're all portrayed as good people
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the series.
And it's so well done. Yeah, it's portrayed as like a strength of theirs. To like, I love how they have like a few lines where they talk about how like they've basically they're so above other people that they like don't even see gender anymore.
Yeah, they've transcended gender.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's so cool. Like I hear so much about Oda's like Oda's take on LGBT representation, but this is like really good, especially considering probably the hoops you would have to go through with
I think
shonen.
this was written in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
something.
with it's Shonen Jump, like there's
I
a
guess,
lot of
like,
restrictions.
When I was looking up arcs, I think it might have been like 2008, 2009.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like it's way more progressive than I thought it would be. It'd be so easy to write this in a different way, which they did not do.
Yeah.
Especially because Luffy being like the way he is so smart because he's just like so naive to like shitty,
Well,
normal culture.
I don't know if he's like naive.
No, I guess it's
or
not naive.
It's just like he's just like chill with it. you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't even like blink an eye at it,
He doesn't even
which
care.
is really cool
Yeah.
because you see it as a strength of Luffy's rather than just like this funny quirk. Like he's not like us. It's like no, that's what makes him strong. That's what makes him have got a lot of allies. That's like
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I like how Inazuma, they're just like constantly like between panels they just swap gender randomly.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, in one panel they're a man, in one panel they're a woman, and like Luffy doesn't really blink an eye at that. They're
Yeah.
just like, oh, crap guy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's cool.
Yeah.
Powers.
Yeah, he's fine with it.
No.
Which is cool.
Isn't everyone in the cool the cool kids club wear like fishnet leggings too?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, they
It's like
do.
a leotard or spandex.
yeah.
Yeah, Ivankov has the hormone fruit.
Which is like, okay.
So he can change people's like gender at will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was changing a prisoner. He's like, I'll never talk. Really? Well, now you are one of us.
Yeah. Or no, it was like the pirate was angry because he's like, my dad used to be a king and then you turned him into a woman. And then like Ivankov was like, your dad wanted to be a girl. Get over it.
Get over it. Yeah. Yeah.
Two men together, two women together, doesn't matter.
Yeah. You're right though, Toto. I like that everybody is represented like positively. All these
Yeah.
people in gay paradise. Yeah.
But they like have Emporio Ivankov like inject a ton of like, I guess, I don't know, adrenaline or something.
It's like life fluid. I don't know.
Yeah, into Luffy to try and save him from this poison.
Yeah. And he might not survive because it would take a long time to recover from that. But he like wakes up like 10 hours later.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then like Bon Clay is there by the door screaming.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. It's like throat was
Better.
bleeding or something. They said like it was. screaming so much. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
because he's screaming and Bon Clay's like,
No
gotta
way.
support my buddy, and it's like, oh, I want
It's so good.
Bon Clay to be my friend too.
Mhm.
I don't know when it happens. There's such a great shot of Luffy and Bon Clay like posing together,
Yeah.
like before they fight something in this
Oh,
arc. I was just
yeah.
like, oh, I love them so much. I was
Yeah.
He's all like, and Bon Clay's all like, "Wah."
Yeah, it's fun.
and then Luffy survives and then eats a bunch of food, right?
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
a ton
he
of
like
food.
inhales the food.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, you ate a lot of food. Okay, here you go, here's more.
Oh, yeah. And okay, so this is that's also when you find out that Iva was part of the revolutionary people,
Yes.
and Luffy's like, oh yeah, that's my dad.
It's like, what?
Yeah, that was a good panel too. And it's like, oh, like you mean my dad? It's like, yeah, your dad like mobilized the army, did all this stuff. It's like, wait, your dad?
Yeah, it's good. Wait, that's your dad.
Yeah. And then like Ivanka's reactions are also really good because he has this huge face that just like
I know.
explodes
Yeah.
reactions.
I thought his huge face was gonna freak me out, but I just got used to it.
I know.
It's really fun. It's like never consistent. It's like always like some variation of huge.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
well, I
awesome.
think he can also like inject hormones into his face to make it bigger.
Oh, is
Yeah.
that what he does? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, my face isn't huge, it's just the hormones. At one point I was like, okay. I guess that's how that works.
I think, like when he injects himself with the female hormones and turns into a woman, like I think her face is normal.
Mhm.
It's so weird.
I shrug. I'll never know how it works, and that's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Ivankov just is,
Just is.
Yeah, they're just the queen of queens, king of kings, queen of queens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. When Ivankov finds out that Monkey is Dragon the Revolutionary's son,
Yeah.
they decide to help. Because Ivankov was just planning on chilling here until like the day arrives where they could all bust out
Mm-hmm.
at the right time. But now they're all like going to go save Ace because Ivankov is like, wait, if Luffy is Ace's brother and Luffy is also Dragon's son, that means Ace is Dragon's son.
Yeah.
So we gotta save
Yeah.
Ace.
Guess we gotta save
Yeah.
Ace. Yeah. It's
Calm
good
down,
logic.
Luther.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They both have black hair.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
They look enough alike, I guess.
Mhm. And they go down into level 6.
Mm-hmm.
But it is too late. Ace has already been taken by the Marines, and
Yeah.
it has been shipped off already. During the time that Luffy was recuperating from the poison.
Recuperating, yes.
But
Yeah.
what they do find is Jinbei
Yeah, Jimbei.
and Crocodile.
oh yeah, Crocodile.
And Crocodile. I was like, it's Crocodile. I figured he was in here, so I was okay with seeing him.
Yeah.
He was the only one I expected to see, to be real.
Okay, what did you guys think of Jinbei, though, at this point?
He's cool. I like his design a lot.
Yeah. I really like his design. I love his triangle mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like how he just seems like, just, it's right. I'm very bad with like, what do you call it? Character things. He's very like lawful good. Like he just is like a good guy. Like immediately. Like he just is immediately like, oh, you're like, you know, you might be able to save him. Go, like Luffy, like, you know, kind of thing. He's like willing to help him immediately.
Yeah.
He has like no ulterior motives. He just like wants to help Whitebeard because Whitebeard was like really good to him.
Yeah.
It's just this really, really cool character immediately. I like him a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, he also didn't. Yeah, he was opposed to the fighting because of Whitebeard, but he also just didn't want to fight a big fight that would like hurt a lot of people. You know, kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
because it definitely was going to this war. It did, but
Also,
yeah.
yeah. I guess I don't know if when they talked about that, but that was a badass moment when he was talking about Whitebeard and how Whitebeard just like stopped prejudice in like that country by just showing up and being like, I own this now, and then like all the Navy people left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jinbei's like, no, that's power. And I'm like, god damn.
That's power.
Okay. But we also have to talk about Crocodile because they let Crocodile out,
Yes.
and it's because Ivankov apparently knows Crocodile from way back when and knows some sort of mysterious secret weakness that Crocodile has.
Yeah, I know your secret. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it.
He's like, gross.
But this is where I have to talk about the One Piece theory, the crackpot theory, Croco Mom.
Oh.
Crocodile, apparently, there's a theory that Crocodile was once a woman and had Ivankov switch his gender to male, and actually Crocodile is actually Luffy's mom.
My friend told me that. My friend told me that the other day, saying I saw on TikTok that Crocodile is actually trans and Luffy's mom, and I was like, I don't know if that's real.
I was into it until you said Luffy's mom.
Now that makes a lot more
Prove
sense.
that
I didn't
it's
think.
wrong.
I didn't think about that.
How
They
do
might
you...
be onto something.
Oh gosh. Does this seem valid to you, Realm?
Man, I'd love to know. I'm sure many people would love to know. You know, I took some philosophy classes, so theories are a thing for me, but damn, is that a stretch.
I mean, I
Really?
could
You
see
know
the
what?
first
With powers,
part maybe.
anything's possible.
Yeah, I think that now that like Ivankov's like gender swapping powers have been introduced, technically like anyone could be anyone's mom.
Anyone could be anyone's mom.
So all those cosplays of the gender swapped One Piece
Yeah, they
characters
could
is
be
all
canon.
valid.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Just wait for somebody to talk about multiple universes and you are screwed out of any conventional conversation.
We haven't even gotten to the multiple universe fruit yet.
Oh my god.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
You meant the multi.
And then
Yeah,
the
the multi
the manga never ends.
It's a song that never ends.
Yeah, like 50 years from now, everyone's like, Otis should be dead by now. He's like 180 years old. How is he still writing this?
The reverse aging fruit.
Oh
Secret
my
Yes.
gosh,
developed.
Benjamin Button no me.
Yes, Benjamin Button no me. No.
But yeah, as they go up Impel Down, that was pretty badass too. There's like the shots of like all three of them, like Jinbei, Crocodile, and Luffy. I was like, what a cool squad!
All working
Yeah.
together. Like, did you ever think we would see the day that Luffy
Yeah.
and Crocodile would be fighting side by side?
I mean, yeah, I mean, Luffy didn't want to at first, so
Yeah.
yeah. But I figured he would get out because his power is so powerful, so it would help them a lot to get out.
And they get Mr. 3 to like make wax armor for Luffy to like be able
Yeah.
to clinch Magellan.
Yeah.
And Ivankov turns into a woman and fights off Sadie.
Which is
in a,
it's
like,
very
cat
weird,
fight.
but it's fine.
And also Ivankov like gets poison on his face, but he just has like a million layers of makeup, so he's okay.
Mhm. Yeah, that was
Um,
funny.
Oh, they also free Mr. 1
Yeah, they free Mr.
on
One.
the way.
He
And,
joins Crocodile.
Buggy and Mr. 3 have like just released all these other prisoners too, and they're just all running out
Yeah.
for their lives.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Why not?
And then they're all like worshiping Buggy as their savior.
Yeah.
Because they're like, but Captain Buggy, he saved us. He's a messiah. He's a champion.
Yeah, they have unwavering faith in Buggy throughout the
Mhm.
the rest of the arcs. Too.
And even when Buggy is like going with Crocodile and Mr. 1 to like go procure a ship for them to escape on,
Yeah.
they're like, Captain Buggy, he's like as powerful as Crocodile. Buggy's just like, I just wanted to like escape with the strong people.
Yeah.
They do grab a ship.
Yeah,
They
with the
all
help
hop
of
onto
Jinbei.
Ivankov's face, and Ivankov like does a huge wink, which knocks them into the water.
Yeah.
And Jinbei summons whale sharks to carry
Yes,
them
the
over.
whales! I liked that part.
Yeah.
They successfully escape Impel Down.
Yeah. Yeah, they
But-
escaped
Oh.
because they had help, though.
They had help. Because even though they escaped on their ship, in order to actually go to Marineford, where Ace is about to be executed, they have to pass through the giant gates of justice, which we saw previously at Enya's lobby. And then the gates open because we see Magellan order them to be open, even though the guards are like, "What? Then I'll let them escape." And Magellan's just like, "Open the gates."
Yeah.
But we find out it's not Magellan because the real Magellan walks in, and it's Mr. Two. And Mr. Two has sacrificed himself again.
Yeah.
Bon Clay.
Yeah, Monclay has left him. He pretended to be Magellan to get them to open the gates, but now he can't escape.
He's a true friend.
Mhm.
That was sad. But I hope we
And then
see him
there's,
again.
Like a teary, like crying through the den and Mushi, like, "Go save your brother, Luffy."
Yeah.
I have a feeling we'll see him again, but I
Yeah.
don't know for sure.
Yeah, because Magellan catches him, and then like the last we see him is like him jumping to fight Magellan.
Yeah.
It's such a satisfying moment when you like realize it's him. And you're like, oh my god, because you like, I remember literally having to go back because there was like a shot of like another Magellan in a different place right after that, and I remember going, I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, was Bon Clay not with them when they were just celebrating? And I like went back a few pages. I'm like, he's not there. Like, where is he? I'm
Yeah.
like-
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Clay.
Yeah, as soon as he said open the gate, I was like, no! No!
Should have been me, not him.
Yeah.
You're
Sacrifice me instead!
Oh yeah, and then I totally forgot to go back to Hannibal.
Yeah.
We kind of mentioned it before, but like Hannibal, even though he's been a scumbag this whole time, when people are actually trying to escape, he like does put up a fight and he's like,
Yeah.
"I can't, as a defender of justice, I can't let these evil pirates leave."
Yeah.
And he gets
Yeah, it's like he truly does believe that, but it's like, whose fault is that at some point? It's like, it's
Yeah.
a cool moral dilemma they pose
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
So, what you
If he
guys
just
think?
punches the shit out of it.
Anything else about Impel Down? Did I miss
I
anything
don't know.
in the summary?
Well, do we talk about Blackbeard showing up?
Oh.
Oh shit, we
didn't.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that, Dawn?
Yeah. Well, he shows up just to let people out, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the super evil
Oh,
bad
yes.
warden before
Yeah.
Magellan was let out and becomes part of the crew, right?
That was
Mhm.
he's God, Blackbeard's such a cool character too. They just always write the best characters. It's
Well,
like
we forgot to
because
mention that like Blackbeard also became a warlord, but it's just so that he could get him to Impel Down and like free the worst
yeah,
prisoners.
it was like a big part of his plan. I don't.
Yeah.
Part of me like believes this wasn't his plan. Like he's working for somebody, but I don't know who he would be. But yeah, it was cool because you know when you meet Blackbeard, he like seems like a character that'll show up again. Well, he shows up again, but he has like the spirit of a pirate. He's like, because when you first meet him, he says like to Luffy like, pirates' dreams never die or whatever.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But when you meet him here, he's like such a piece of shit, and like
Mhm.
you learn pretty soon that he's beyond a piece of shit. Like
I think he like represents freedom in the sense of like anarchic freedom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just
He's-
like chaos reigns. Take the wheel.
Yeah, he's a really good like foil for Luffy in that
Mhm.
way, where they have like similar ideals, but like for different means. It's cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Really, really, really impressed. Wasn't sure what, because I knew he was a character just by like anime zeitgeist shit, but like I didn't know what he was like at all. So I didn't know if he was going to be really bad or really good or something. So it's a really interesting character.
Yeah.
Like they come in just as like Luffy is escaping,
Mhm.
and Luffy's like, "Blackbeard, you're the reason like that. You're the person who like captured Ace in the first place to get like your warlord position."
Yeah.
And then Blackbeard's like, "Yeah, well, it was either I capture Ace or I kill you.
Mhm.
So you should be thankful to your brother because of him, you're not dead."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Shut the fuck up," and punches him.
Yeah, Luffy tries to keep fighting him too, but Jinbei's like, "Yo, don't forget what we're doing here. We have to go," which is good.
He's a real G too.
Yeah, I love Jinbei. I already
Yeah,
love him,
Jinbei
and I
was
barely.
awesome.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say
know.
I really like him.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, and they move on, even though Luffy wants to beat the crap out of Blackbeard.
And then Blackbeard and his whole gang are like going down, and they see Magellan. And they're like, "I have darkness powers." And Magellan's just like, "Shut up, poison!" And they all like, die to the poison.
Yeah.
Well, they don't die. They'll get poisoned and are all like riding on the floor.
Yeah.
But then, like you guys said, I don't think he was the previous warden. He's a chief jailer. The previous.
Oh, he
chief
was
jailer.
the chief jailer. Never mind.
Yeah, who was so dangerous and was just like cutting up prisoners for pleasure that they had to jail him as well. He comes up and gives them the antidote and helps them escape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they go down. They also get like all these like level 6 prisoners, the like evilest people, and he's like, "All right, I can only take so many of you, so you guys beat each other up, and whoever survives the end, I will take with me."
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they fight. We find out later, but yeah.
Yeah.
So don't remember that like scene, there's like a shot where they're traveling on that little like, I don't know, it's like a piece of the bridge or something, and Jinbei's like jetting them through the water. I just remember like Buggy goes with them. Buggy's in like the coolest pose ever. He's got his arms crossed. He's like squatting down.
Yeah, and then that's when they're all like, "Captain Buggy, he's our savior. He's going to get us a ship." And Buggy's like, "I'm just much safer here with Crocodile and Mr. One than I am with you guys."
Yeah.
Yeah, Buggy just keeps falling up in this arc, I feel like.
Yeah, literally.
In this whole saga, he just falls upwards.
He does.
Oh yeah, they have a I'm just like skimming through it. They have a chapter art in the beginning. Instead of like, they always do chapter art where they do like one of those, the Straw Hats drawn in like a theme where it's like, oh, they're all hanging out at a beach resort or something.
Mm-hmm.
They had one with all of the main guys from Impel Down. They were like all dressed as like samurais or something. That's like so cool.
Yeah.
It's like Luffy with like Bon Clay and Crocodile and Mr. 3. It's like his other squad.
B team.
Yeah, I really like that too, yeah. I don't know. I think my favorites are still just all the Straw Hats and sometimes Vivi with well, I guess she has a straw hat too. With just like doing something weird with an animal. I don't know why I like it so much.
No, I always like that. They have fun with that.
They're so
It's always
cute.
fun when it's always fun when it's just Oda just having fun with art. Like he's just doing something creative with the world in those chapter art.
Yeah, and even like Karoo got a solo one. That was great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yay!
Also, is this the part where Jinbei summons all the funny sharks that
Yes,
smile?
the whale sharks. They're so cute, but also really efficient.
They reminded me of like, if you ever played like in Super Mario World, they have the dolphins that you like travel on to like get over the water. It's like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Magellan's like, "Oh, damn it, I'm not good at platformers," and he couldn't catch
Yeah,
them.
I haven't been practicing.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I think Luffy also finds out that Buggy and Shanks know each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
Yeah, because isn't that why a bunch of people are like, "Whoa, you're like awesome, Buggy," because
and
he
then
like
they were
worked
like,
for.
"What? We
Yeah.
knew you were cool, Captain Buggy, but you used to be on Goldie Rogers' ship."
Yeah, and the Navy's like, we thought you were nothing, but now that we know you used to be on Goldie Roger's
Yeah.
ship.
You're screwed.
Speaking of Goldie Roger, I think this is also like while they're escaping, they're like, I think Ivankov says something about like Dragon being Ace's dad, and then
Yeah.
Luffy's like, "What? Ace
Oh, yeah.
isn't Dragon's son."
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's like, "Oh, it's my half brother" or whatever. Yeah.
Or he's like my adopted brother.
Yeah, my
It's not
blood
half
Ace's
brother.
dad is Gold Roger.
Maybe he's
And then
Yeah.
we find out, like, oh my god, I think the Navy also say it, that, like, Ace needs to be executed because his father was the former pirate king.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you find that out a little bit in the Marineford, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
it's
that's
as
part of
they
it.
broadcast it.
As they're on the boats to Marineford.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's impelled down to Marineford.
Yeah. It's the same thing with the crazy train to the other place.
Yeah,
It all like melds together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Marineford does literally like start while they're leaving
Yeah.
Impel Down, which is like still kind of things are happening in Impel
Yeah.
Down while that's happening.
Yeah.
And it's really cool that we get to see, like, because in Enya's lobby, like, they had talked about sending Robin to Impel Down, and then we successfully saved Robin from doing that.
Yeah.
But now we still get to see Impel Down. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was a reason for Luffy to go there, so yeah. Yeah. I think.
Should we?
I think that's
So
it. Yeah.
So is that it for Impel Down?
I think so.
We start rating Impel Down.
Yeah.
This isn't fair. I'm gonna be giving too many things such good ratings.
That's
That's
all
so
right.
much to give.
I mean, it's pretty good. So.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. I'll probably give it a. I never remember. The personal rating is a 9
That's
out of 10,
fine.
and then because it's like super super good, but it gets better somehow. So I gotta gauge this properly.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's like maybe a 9 or 8 out of 10. It's very very good. It's very cool, very plot relevant. Very very good use of its characters. Probably the best use of its characters I've seen. Like, so cool. Yeah, and then of course, importance wise, don't skip this. Like, it's
Yeah.
important as hell.
Mm.
I'd say, like, in terms of, like, you know, story and lore, this is probably the most information we've gotten at this point. There's like a lot of things it's leading up to that feel way bigger than other things that have happened, I guess. So 10 out of 10
10 out of 10.
on the second rating.
Nice.
Nice. I will say an absolute, yeah, I'm gonna say like a solid 9 for my slug rating, because I think the payoff of seeing these characters and having them, like I said earlier, like grow into, and then just like the power of like looking at all the range of emotion that Luffy is like going through this whole ordeal, like his character development, and like I don't know, a lot of it was just very satisfying. It worked out well, even if it wasn't the best chances for Luffy to do what he needs to do. It's like it worked out really well, but it wasn't like the plot armor it worked out well. It just, I don't know, it was a much more satisfying come to fruition than other arcs, so I really liked it. Star rating, yeah, I'd say like I'm not gonna give anything a 10, so 9.5. Do not skip it. You are doing yourself a disservice, and how would you not see the Nakama work its magic if you skipped it?
The Nakama work, yeah.
You're gonna be misguiding yourself and missing out on all the good information if you do.
I will say that part with Bon Clay at the end was probably one of the most emotional, impactful parts I had seen at this point in the manga yet. I was
Yeah.
like,
Really?
I was actually like taken back, like, no, come on.
No, you can't do it. We just met him again. No.
I was so invested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh, for me, my star rating, I think it's actually an 8 for me, only because I have to knock it a point because it does a thing that I don't personally like. It's fine because, like, the progression and all the Nakama and, like, the fun drag queens and everything, it made it worth it, but I hate it when a character goes all the way to a place and it didn't even matter, and you have to go all the way back out of the place. That's exactly what Luffy did here. And it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it does irritate me a a little bit, but it's still
There's
an
this,
8
like,
out of
it's kinda
10.
like
There's this like
the Talon back
there's this exhausting aura to it.
Yeah, it's exhausting, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still like 8 out of 10 is still pretty high. And then I think,
Yeah.
should you read it? Yeah, you should definitely read it 10 out of 10. Yeah, it's worth it, even though it's a little tiring, in my opinion. It's still really worth it. It's really fun.
I think for star rating, for my personal rating, I'll give it a 9. I think what drops at a point for me is the villains. Like you guys mentioned, like only like Magellan and like Hannibal and like maybe Sadie were like memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other dudes, like they're fine. I don't really care. So I think that drops at a point. And I think otherwise this is a very fun arc. There's a lot of it. Just like it keeps the pace going really well because you're constantly changing levels and changing settings, meaning like new faces that are actually old faces. And I'll also give it a 10 for slug rating. I think, honestly, if you started One Piece here, if you're like, I don't care about spoilers, and you started One Piece here, this wouldn't even be a bad place to start, because you get to focus on, like, Luffy's character, and you get introduced to these other characters, which makes you want to go back and read those arcs where you met them in the first place.
That's true. It'd make you curious as to what else is going on.
Yeah.
I see. Sort of like the Star Wars
Because for sure, like,
theory.
the first time you see Buggy in Orange Town, you really don't care that much about him. But
No.
now you're like, oh, Captain Buggy, he's so funny.
No. I'm like, why does Buggy look so cool when he's not wearing that stupid hat, man?
I know.
Yeah, I know. I love with his ponytail. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to think that Buggy's cool.
It's sacrilege.
Or like Mr. 3 being like a character I'm rooting for? What the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, Mr. 3's cool now? Like,
Yeah,
he's
it's amazing because even when they were being like selfish and like kind of shitty, like when they're just like, no, we'll ditch them, yada yada. I was still kind of like, these guys are cool. Like these guys are awesome. I want to like see them get out.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think the plot armor kind of thing is solved because like it's not really plot armor when Luffy literally couldn't do it on his own, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, like,
Luffy
did
really
lose.
almost died.
Didn't
Yeah.
have plot armor. It's literally he could have only made it out because of Von Clay. Because of Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fu.
To be fair, I was like, one little criticism I might have of this arc above others is I get so sometimes frustrated when series try to like, I don't want to say fake out a death, but they try to like add drama where they're like, Luffy's like gonna die. I'm like,
yeah.
no, he's not
No,
gonna
he's
die.
not.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
no.
like I get that it's like the drama is like, how is he gonna get out of this one? But like, it does at some point. I'm like, I don't really care how he gets out of this one. I just know he's gonna get out of this one. Like, of
That's
course
so
he
super
is.
true. That's totally
Yeah.
valid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird. It's like they could probably do other stakes better. Like I would have, like maybe. I mean, I kind of know at this point that One Piece they don't kill people often, but like Bon Clay could have died. Like if this was a different type of series, they could have
Yeah.
easily like done a fake out death with like Bon Clay in the middle of the arc, and I would have been like, what the heck? And
Yeah. Yeah.
Luffy's never dying.
I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot. Oh yeah, he's only alive because he keeps getting adrenaline shots.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Like he
Yes,
should be like
yeah.
exhausted at this point, but like Ivankov is like pumping him full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
literally.
my
Even
God.
Ivankov's
Back
like,
to
you
your,
can't take this much adrenaline. You are literally killing yourself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. If you think back to your point of it sounds like such an arduous, like long-winded thing just to go all the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, what did he really gain from going in there? He literally gained 2 adrenaline shots.
He gained-
Got a bunch of
And-
allies though.
I was gonna say he
Oh, yeah,
gained
you
Bon,
get-
he gained
you get
Bon Clay and
Yeah.
Jinbei.
He gained
Yes,
Nakama.
yes. But it's like a very. He did gain Nakama. That is a significant boost.
Yes.
But he did gain
Yes.
a lot of issue, a lot of little side effects
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
come
that's
with it that
true.
really like kind of mess him up going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
a better plan would have been just to go straight to Marineford.
Oh yeah.
Like have Boa just take him straight to Marineford.
But he
Yeah,
didn't know.
I guess it like, yeah, it makes sense on why he would obviously like Luffy's logic. He'd go to Impel Down first. That made for
Yeah.
fun situations.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Jinbei.
guess the
I mean,
smart
come on.
plan would have been
And
to
Jinbei.
intercept them like in between, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, Luffy doesn't think ahead like that.
yeah. Luffy doesn't have like his cool crewmates to tell him otherwise. He had
Yeah.
Boa Hancock to just be like, yes, sir, I'll do anything you want.
Yeah.
But no, like the allies he gains from Impel Down like do definitely help him in Marineford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. Okay. Would we like to take a small, tiny break and then go into Marineford?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I'll meet back in
Bathroom,
like
bathroom,
5.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
All right. See you in a minute. Enjoy the fun. Yeah. Ta-da! We're back. We're ready to go and talk about the craziness that is Marineford. Okay. A lot happens, and I don't even know where to start. But I guess Luffy's heading on a boat, on a navy boat, with all of his new Nakama to Marineford
Okay.
to save Ace.
And then we like jump to Marineford, and Ace is on the execution stand, and they're preparing to execute him in front of a live studio audience because they're like.
I knew you were
recording
gonna
this,
say
all the
that.
people.
Yeah, we're gonna live stream this.
Yeah, they're live streaming his execution to the people. They moved all the people in Marineford, which is like a Navy like base / town. Moved them all to Sabaudi Archipelago, so that they can watch, and people around the world are watching to see the
I
reveal.
like the projector
that-
snails.
Yeah, on the projector snails, they reveal that Ace is actually Gold Roger's son. His real name is Goldie Ace.
Yeah.
So he's the son of the former Pirate King.
Yeah.
And
I
people
had
are
no
freaking
idea.
out because they're like, the Pirate King's blood lives on. No.
Yeah.
Even though
That's-
Ace is like, he's not my dad. My dad's Whitebeard.
Yeah, my dad's white beard.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Whitebeard's entrance is so cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
they've been expecting him to show up at some point. And then Whitebeard just comes up out the water, out of nowhere, because he had coated his ship, which is something we learned about back in Sabaudi that you can do.
Yeah, you can
So
coat
his
your
ships
ship.
were all coated, and they have like 3 big old whale ships that come out.
Yeah, I like his Moby Dick ships.
Yeah, and all of his like allies and pirate crews are there. And he's introduced as like the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's not wearing his like breather, what do you call it? Oxygen thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he had before.
He's old, but
Yeah.
he's strong. And
I just want to say,
huge.
Mm-hmm.
really quick, at this point in the manga, I was like, yeah, Whitebeard's whatever. I was like, I just like need this for context of how fast they evolved this character. Like, it is insane.
Mhm. So like he like punches the air and creates a tidal wave.
Yep. Yeah, his power is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, his power is the Goro Goro. Oh wait, is it? I think it's Goro Goro no Mi. It's the shake fruit or the
Meh.
earthquake quick fruit.
Quick fruit, yeah.
Yeah.
They visually show his power so well. Like,
Yeah.
it's like something that like probably is really hard to illustrate. Is like
Mhm.
him like cracking the sky specifically.
Mhm.
And it's like he does, like, Oda does it, like, even in black and white, it's very noticeable what he's doing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. And then it just pop up in the middle of the bay that is Marineford. And he creates a giant tidal wave, but Aokiji like gets up and does an ice age and freezes all of them because he's the Iceman.
Yeah. Which I think is
Sounds
really
like-
smart.
Okay.
Sorry to talk over you. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, now the whole like Marineford is like encased between 2 giant walls of ice as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was smart because then it's like, oh, everyone can just stand here. It's not
Yeah.
water. But yeah, I guess they all arrive, or other people arrive too, like other pirates arrive as well on the scene, but they can't get in. Right?
No, they're fine getting in.
Well, they're fine
because
getting
they
in
have,
for a
like,
little
all-
bit.
a
it's all
lady who has an
Whitebeard's
icebreaker
pirates.
ship.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're
And
right.
they're all, like,
We're
busted
like
in.
I'm thinking of in a different spot. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Whitebeard has like factions who also have their own crew, right? It's like all of Whitebeard's like divisions.
He has like divisions, and he also just has allies, like
Yeah.
that aren't
Okay.
technically part of his crew, but like our crews that are like friends of him. And we get the sense that like these are like all people we've never even seen before, but we get the sense that the world is like so much bigger than what we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's this man who's lived a full life and has had like all of his own adventures and his own crew and his own allies.
His own Luffy story.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
And Whitebeard like doesn't really fight. He just like, for now at least, he just sends out all his dudes, and they start like.
Yep. Stands there menacingly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Grandpa's there. It's like, no, Grandpa.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Grandpa was there in Impel Down too.
Yeah, he was there. Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, he talks to Ace.
Oh yeah.
Like, he
Forgot
should have
about
just
that
been
in the
a-
beginning.
He should have just been a Navy
yeah.
captain or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garp is a cool character too.
Yeah.
God. Yeah, so then just starts going down, right? Like immediately, like they start fighting,
Yeah,
and then the
basically.
admirals start getting involved, and
Yeah, the admirals all start getting involved.
so there's like the one guy does the light, and then you have the Aokiji, the ice guy, and the other guy is like lava or
Yeah, he's
magma.
Magma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have Kizaru, Yellow Monkey.
I like how they're all
Light.
like they look like people. They just look like real ass people.
They are real ass people.
Yeah, they're just
it's not
based on
real
actors, right? Yeah, it's just so funny. Like they might be the most realistic looking humans in
Yeah.
One Piece, which is really funny.
Yeah.
And then there's Akainu, who is Red Dog. He's the Magma Man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, then doesn't Whitebeard send out, or I guess he doesn't send them out, but the original Oars comes out or whatever?
Yeah, Oars
Or
Junior.
Junior.
Or Oars Junior.
Son of Oars, yeah,
Yeah.
Son of
And he's
Oars.
super big.
And he has like this tiny little flashback.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh my
sweet.
god, with Ace, yeah, where Ace
Yeah.
is like, yeah, you gotta like keep thinking. He's like sitting there like wearing. He's like, this keeps me dry. This is awesome. And he just,
Yeah, Ace like makes him a little like Chinese style straw hat
Yeah.
because he's so big, so he like needs a hat. Otherwise, he will be exposed to elements.
yeah.
And
He just
Ace
shows
makes
him
it,
sitting
even though
there.
it's really hard for Ace to make it because he's made of fire.
It's true.
That's so nice. I love that shot of him just sitting there with the rain, being like, "This is nice."
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
no,
nice.
but we have like quite the lineup on both sides. We got like we talked about all the Whitebeard side, but there's the admirals, 3 admirals,
Yes.
and then the
The
7
warlords.
warlords too.
Yeah.
Well, not all 7 of them are there because some of them have like defected and stuff.
Yeah.
I, like
It's a cool lineup too.
Kuma,
those guys.
Moria, Mihawk,
Yeah, Mihawk.
Boa, and
Doflamingo?
Doflamingo. Yeah, are all there.
Did you say Kuma? Kuma's there too.
Yeah, Kuma's there.
Yeah.
And Doflamingo cuts off the dude's leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of Doflamingo? This is like the first time we actually see him like doing fighting stuff.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, he seems intense and slimy. Like I don't.
I like his
Yeah.
style a lot though. It's like a really cool looking character.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. What do you think, Realm? Or about just the fight?
It was just, I mean, you could see all the signs of like, oh, the stoic flashbacks, oh, the new characters, it's all coming together. I'm just like, when I was reading, I was just like, what the heck should I expect? Like they're showing everybody's everything. Like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna get sign blinded by this time?
Mhm.
But I like seeing all the characters. I like how the odds were stacked against everybody.
Yeah.
You know, with like Whitebeard's preparation, but you're also in the Navy headquarters. But also, as the fight goes along, you can see that there was actual strategy towards it. So I was just like, it's just a giant game of like Civ, and it was
Mhm.
actually really cool.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I was blown away by how many. There were certain chapters that I was like full page, full page, full page, full page.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
There were some
Like-
chapters where every single page was a full page. Yeah.
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
it makes it feel so grand. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
I think due to it's like where I was also reading it on mobile like you guys, but at certain points, like I think during Marineford the most, I switched to my iPad and I said, no, I gotta see this in like HD. I gotta get
Yeah.
the whole picture.
I wish
Because
I
there's
had
so
an
much.
iPad for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, also a bigger character that he has not really done much, but there's Sengoku.
Oh yeah.
Sengoku.
Yeah, he was like
Yeah,
kind of
he's
a
the
bigger
fleet
deal in this
admiral
arc.
of the Marines.
He seemed like such like just like the stand-in Marine guy before,
Yeah.
but now he's like actually, you know, you see his devil fruit ability, and he like actually has like more. You see him as more of who he is, which is cool.
Mhm.
It's Buddha or whatever.
Yeah, we also expand on devil fruits. Like he turns into he's like the human fruit model Buddha.
Oh, yeah.
And then like we also see like Marco, who like apparently Zoan fruits you can also turn into mythological creatures. He's like a
Yeah.
myth type Zoan fruit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
like
like,
a
that's.
right.
It's the same one as same one at rare one as Drake, X Drake.
Oh.
No, That was ancient zone.
Oh, ancient.
Yeah.
Oh, because
oh,
dinosaur?
I thought
Going.
ancient and.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe they
Yeah.
said it was the same rarity, not the same type.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, I think they said myth zones are like as rare as like Logia types.
Oh.
Ah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's like the elemental types.
Oh.
And
Okay.
it's like still really cool. He can just turn into a phoenix.
Yeah, it's really,
Yeah,
it
he's
was really
really
cool.
Heal himself.
All
that
of-
his future's, like,
all
made
of,
out diamonds.
All of Whitebeard's crew is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast they can choose characters that I'm just like, these guys are awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, he was really neat. I really liked how his power worked too. Because he's a phoenix, so he's like hard to kill, I would imagine.
And then also this is Kobe gets some time, right, during this part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe's there too on the marine side.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just kind of terrified.
Yes.
And
But he was also taken out quickly because he had a headache during the whole fight.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he couldn't do anything because he's like, my head hurts.
No, he was hearing like the death screams of everyone because his hockey was awakening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's a lot, dude.
Okay, but like we haven't even mentioned Luffy dropping.
I know.
Like this whole war.
I know. I'm
There's
trying
so
to like
much.
cover
Crazy
everything else
thing.
out before
It's
we.
so much.
Yeah, they.
They really drop it from the
Jinbei.
sky.
Jinbei, does like a water thing, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, he like shoots the water.
Freshman karate shoulder
Yeah.
throw.
Yeah, which is very cool. And then they all fall down.
Yeah. And then Luffy's like, "Oh, I won't die. I'm made of rubber." And they're like, "We're not."
It's like, oh, this is fine. Everybody's like, ah.
Yeah. But I think they fall into the water.
Yes, they're
And
fine.
then like Jinbei's like, "Oh my goodness, these devil fruit users are such a pain," and he has to save them all.
Yeah, save everybody.
But they show up.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, so cool.
And the crocodile like tries to like kill Whitebeard.
Yeah.
It's like, it's also cool too because this is like, I like how it's pretty established that like the Marines kind of anticipated all this, except
Mhm.
for Luffy. So like when Luffy drops in, they're like, "What the heck? Like, where did he come
Who
from?"
is that? Yeah.
Oh, he's here too.
He's here too. Oh, I was wrong. It's the Hellwink gets them up the battleship wave.
Oh,
and
right.
then they're falling.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Crocodile
the shoulder throws later.
Pretty much right when they get there, Crocodile tries to kill Whitebeard, but then Luffy stops him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he's like Jinbei liked him. Like, I'm not gonna let you hurt him.
Or, no, Ace likes him.
Ace likes
Oh,
him,
Ace
yeah.
likes him. Yeah. Jinbei does too. But yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. But that was cool because I think in that moment, Whitebeard sees the straw hat Luffy's holding.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, that's like the guy, you know, like, as he thinks back to like, oh my god, that scene is so cool. Now I'm just thinking about the whole scene. Yeah, because he starts like talking back to Whitebeard, and everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. How are you talking back to
And the
this old
Whitebeard's just
man?
like, "You have gumption, you little brat."
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because he's like, it's like, do you know who you're up against? He's like, shut up! Like, you don't have to tell me that. Like, I'm gonna become king of the pirates. And everyone's like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, and then like
course.
Aokiji like comes after like Whitebeard at one point, and like Whitebeard just like punches him away.
Yeah.
He's like, "Don't even try me, you little upstart."
Yeah, don't even try. Doesn't Buggy try to get him too?
Buggy said he was gonna kill Whitebeard, and then Whitebeard's like, "Well, why don't you team up? Why don't we team up now? Otherwise, you would have to fight the Navy."
Yeah, he's like, why don't
And
you
then
just
somehow
yeah.
his crew like misinterprets it as like, "Oh, Buggy's taking mercy on Whitebeard.
Yeah. Somehow, for some reason.
He's
It's
so
funny.
honorable."
Yeah, I guess the way Whitebeard puts it is just funny to me. He's like, yeah, can you like put off killing me for a little while?
And like Whitebeard's whole reason is like, yeah, Buggy's kind of a clown, but the people with him that escaped from Impel Down that are following Buggy now are actually pretty strong, so they can be useful.
Mhm. And Jinbei like shouts that he's like resigning as the warlord, and he's joining the resistance.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he like throws Luffy, who's like holding onto a log in front of the admirals.
Mm-hmm.
And this boy, Luffy,
Oh,
this
Luffy.
lad, just like chucks the giant log at the three admirals, the most powerful naval force. He just makes a
Yep.
run for it.
Yeah, I like how he's like Luffy's learning that like there are some people that he might not be able to take. He's not just being like just completely stupid about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really lucky for him because like Kizaru is about to like just shoot him out with his lasers, but I think he gets blocked by Marco.
Yeah, I think Marco blocks it.
Yeah. And then like he's also about to get chopped up by Mihawk, and then Luffy like grabs Buggy and gets Buggy cut instead.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Oh
thanks,
gosh,
Buggy,
I love
thanks,
that.
Buggy, and he's like runs.
I love that Luffy's just like, I can use you as a shield.
Yeah, because you can't get cut, right?
Come, human shield.
Yeah. The Buggy's like offended. He's like, how dare you use me as shield?
But it works.
Yeah, and then he like tries to like muggy ball Mihawk. He's like, take this Mihawk muggy ball. And
Yeah.
Doesn't he just like
just
reflect
like
it or
bounces
something?
it.
Yeah, and he's like his face is like, oh.
Oh yeah, and like Mihawk shows how strong he is too. Like we haven't really seen him fight since Baratier.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
he does like a huge slash and just like travels all the way to the giant iceberg tsunami and
Yeah.
slices it in half.
Terrifying.
Oh,
But he ends up fighting Flower Sword Vista, another Whitebeard.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so
And
many
he
of
says,
them.
like, he says something like Luffy has the power to like make people help him, like draws others to him,
yeah.
and that may be the most dangerous power of them all.
Yeah.
Friends.
And at some point, Ivankov approaches Kuma because Ivankov knows Kuma because they used to like be part of the resistance together. But Ivankov is like, that's not my friend. Oh no.
Yeah, and then like Doflamingo, I think, says something about like, yeah, he's totally a machine now.
Yeah, he's totally a machine now.
Yeah, he's like
all
the
of his
real one's
body
dead.
has been like slowly transformed into a machine.
Yeah, into like a cyborg machine.
Messed up, yo.
Oh man, it's just so good because there's like all these character motivations coming in
Yeah.
all over. And then we also learned that like Kuma got cloned, and that's the pacifistas we saw in Sabaudi.
Yeah.
And then it was all a trap because they have they've lured all the pirates into the bay to get Ace, and then they like raise up a wall behind them. They're trapped, and then they release the pacifistas.
Yeah.
The government's even like cut the stream off, like close
Oh,
the
yeah.
stream because we can't let the people know about what we're about to do, the atrocities we're about to commit.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
cut the streams. Oh gosh. But they like
Um,
don't, and Buggy's like talking on the TV.
Yeah, I think
but
I
he
think they
stole
get
one
back.
of the- one
I
of
think
the
they get
tails.
one back on or something, and
Yeah.
it's just Buggy like, I'm cool, and everyone's like, what the?
We want to see the war. What's going on? And then Buggy even does a second take because the first one had him with a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then don't the Kumas show up? All of them, like a big like army of them.
Yeah, but then Boa steps in front of them because she's like, I'm one of the 7 warlords, so they're programmed not to target me, so I can take them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a badass.
Yeah, she helps out. Oh gosh.
And then like one of the Navy people are like, Boa, aren't you supposed to be on our side? And she like looks down on him
Yeah,
so much that her head is tilted all the way back.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It's such a funny idea.
So
It's
silly.
goofy.
And then like Ors dies, but his dead body, like almost reached Ace, but he's also keeping one of the walls from like raising up.
Oh yeah.
And that's how they're able to keep going forward. But then out of nowhere, Whitebeard gets stabbed
Yeah, by his crew, one of his
Yeah.
crew people.
by Squidward.
The deception.
The
Squidward.
deception.
The deception.
Okay, I think I've been talking a lot though.
Oh no,
Just
it's
so you know.
okay. You're helping because I'm like everything. I read it so fast, like in.
I
like,
know.
a matter of
I don't even know if I'm
hours.
saying it in the right order because like everything happened. All that shit went down.
Everything happens. All of the things. Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that guy gets like tricked into stabbing Whitebeard.
Yeah.
There was like a
who
backwards
te-
conversation with an admiral, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
which
Where
sucks.
the
But
Admiral basically said like he's only here to save Ace. He's gonna sacrifice all of you guys. See, like
Yeah, don't you
he
know?
only cares about Ace.
Yeah.
Whitebeard takes it pretty well. I'm pretty sure he like hugs him and he's like, "You just wanted to save your crew."
Yeah, you just wanted to save your crew.
And Whitebeard's like, "Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
You're so stupid, but you're still my son. You're all my
Yeah.
son."
Yeah.
I'm your dad. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
He's
then he,
everyone's dad.
like punches a way for them to escape. He's like, "If you want to escape, I'll let you escape. But otherwise, if you want to fight with me, you are risking your lives."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he's awesome. He's so.
He's so cool.
He's very
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, it's so fast. They made me be like, whoa, like Whitebeard is really cool.
He's a real one.
He's a real one. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I think around this part is when that Sengoku guy goes Buddha mode, and then
I
Whitebeard starts
think so,
actually
yeah.
fighting.
Because like Luffy like keeps going. He sees Kobe and he like is like, "Hi Kobe, bye Kobe," and like smashes him.
Oh yeah.
And then he sees Garp.
Yeah.
He sees his own grandpa.
Oh yeah, he's like running up the
Well, I think.
thing.
Wait, has that happened?
I don't know.
When does he get like revived again by?
Oh, by Ivankov?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but at one point, yeah, he is so tired that he needs another adrenaline shot.
Yeah, which is like classic. Like, you will
Mhm.
actually die this time. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, and then we see Moria, and then Moria's like,
Yeah,
"I'm
dude,
gonna
it's-
take Boris Jr.'s corpse."
Yeah, I think even and then. Okay, yeah, I'm like skimming through it. That's kind of where it happens. And even in all of this stuff, you kind of slowly see little pieces of Ace's backstory too,
Yeah.
where people are saying like, "Oh, it's because he was Goldie Roger's son. Nobody trusted him. Everyone was like, oh, you shouldn't be alive."
Yeah.
Similar to Robin's backstory.
Mhm.
Yeah. It is.
Also, man, God, Garp is so cool. They do like a really good job like humanizing him. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
like he was just taking care of these boys, trying to make sure they didn't get in trouble. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, and that it's not just because they were born they don't have their parents like crimes.
Yeah.
So they should live. Yeah.
And then like Garp can clearly take Luffy out. Like he's been shown to have been able to punch out Luffy before.
Yeah.
But in this moment, he sees him and he can't do it, and he lets Luffy hit him and knock him out of the way.
yeah,
Yep.
that part was so good.
You can't do it.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention Jinbei like totally owns Moria.
Oh yeah, yeah, he
Moria's
does.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like, "On this battlefield, I can raise an endless number of zombies."
Yeah.
And Jinbei's like, "Yeah, but I can just like shoot salt water." So
I don't care. Yeah.
Like that's cool. Go
Thank
away.
you,
Yeah.
I also do like there's one moment when, everything's going down and Ace is like not taking it well, and so he says something like he's so selfish in this moment because he knows he has to die, but like he's like hoping that they save him.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's like pretty
He also
heartbreaking.
tells,
It's like
Luffy that like, "No, you're just my little brother. You shouldn't be here."
yeah.
He was like, "Shut up.
Yeah, he's like, go away.
Go." Yeah, he's all like, "Go away," and Luffy doesn't buy it. He's like, "No, I'm gonna save you."
Yeah, I'm gonna save you. Yeah, it's also moving that like Ace watches everyone fighting so hard to get him free, and he just starts crying. Like, okay, I want to
Yeah.
live now.
Yeah, because his whole life he thought his life was worthless, and now people are dying for him.
Yeah. Man.
And then Doflamingo has this like edgelord quote in the middle that is actually a little bit poetic. It's like, "Children who have never known war and children who have never known peace.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
They have totally different perspectives on right and wrong. Justice
Yep.
will always prevail because whoever wins will be justice."
Yep.
Like a very winners write the history books kind of quote.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool idea. I like them. I like the some of the warlords kind of like ambiguous if they're good or not. It's like it's still like what is Doflamingo like?
Yeah.
He works for them, but it just seems like he's just like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
just wants
very
to
like
be...
Joker mentality, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just want to be on the winning side. I'll always be on the winning side. Haha. Yeah.
So after the whole part with Garp, he makes it up, right? And basically, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And then he like
Inazuma makes a path up.
You're all good.
yeah, and then like
Your
again the
powers.
craziest thing in like the biggest moment, it's like Mr. 3 is there to like help.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then also like Luffy uses his Conqueror's haki, his like haki to like knock people out right when they're about to execute him early.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh
stop!
yeah. He
Yeah,
says
that's a
stop,
big
and then
anime
everyone.
moment.
Oh, that's like the classic anime moment. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Did he just do it? Like, what was that?"
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say, Ron?
I said I know that was a big anime moment.
Oh.
That's one of the moments that's like always been recommended to me,
Oh.
even before like reading this.
Yeah.
And then you hear
Stop.
the string.
There's so many big moments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
so
true.
all
Sorry,
of
that's
them.
it was a trick retort. All of them are big moments.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I wasn't taking offense or anything. I'm just saying there's so many big moments that we forgot that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's so many. He unleashes
But then,
the haki. Go ahead.
But yeah, they get Asa, right?
Oh.
Yeah, because Mr. 3 is
Oh yeah.
there, and he's like, I hope this repays the sacrifice of a friend.
Yeah, because Boa gives him the key, but the key breaks, and so he makes Mr.
Yeah, 'cause-
3 makes the key for him.
Yeah, because Kizaru just like snipes it with his light powers. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
you don't.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
And then,
he's-
like,
yeah.
And then Sengoku goes Buddha mode, but then they like use the wax shield to protect themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And this just is a really great shot of them both free, Ace and Luffy.
Yeah.
where they're
Wax
fighting
and
They
together.
have that they're
Yeah.
back to back, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, and like the fire surrounding them and stuff. Yeah, it's so cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Very satisfying.
Mhm.
It's very good.
Just gonna say, trying to look and see what happens next.
Oh gosh.
Well,
Sure.
certainly something.
Certainly something. Yeah.
So Crocodile helps too because he like cuts the platform
Yeah.
to get him.
Oh yeah, the extra ship comes in that Whitebeard brought.
Oh yeah, Whitebeard's like,
That's
you
what
sink our
happened.
ships, but that what I never said that was all our ships.
It's just so funny to me. He thought of everything. Yeah, he gets there. He brings the other ship, even though they sink the other ship. That's fine. We have another ship. It's fine. I think
Yeah,
they're.
then they just need to get the heck out of there.
Yeah, it's just they're telling them to go. Like Whitebeard tells Ace and Luffy to just go.
Mhm.
Just leave. You have to get out. And they keep trying to get stopped. Like the magma dude tries to stop them, and things are okay.
Yeah, I think he says something to Ace, and Ace like stops and is like, "What the hell did you just say?" And like,
Yeah, Akainu says something that like he disses Whitebeard.
oh,
yeah,
yes,
he does his Whitebeard.
Yeah, Whitebeard will die a loser.
Yeah.
Bro,
like,
he's
nope.
saving all his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Ace stops for a moment, and then Luffy like bends over to pick up the Beaver card, Ace's Beaver card,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
and then Akainu's about to punch Luffy with his magma fist, and Ace gets in the way and blocks it. And gets
Yeah.
donutted.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
full throw of magma.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm a little confused on the difference between magma and fire, but that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
I
I
think
guess.
they roughly mentioned that it's just like a different level of intensity.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like
So,
his
like-
lava and fire are different, I guess. So.
Yeah, and like lava apparently burns hotter than fire, which is
Yeah.
not true. Not always true.
Not. You're right. It's not
Yeah.
always true.
Yeah.
It's a little. I knew Ace got godded like this, but I didn't know it was from that guy. So I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, if he's made of fire, how did that? Okay, it's fine, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. How did
it's still pretty crazy.
Okay,
though.
wait. Be honest. Did you guys know that Ace died?
Yeah,
in this
I
arc?
know.
I did know. Yeah.
It might be one of
You
the
guys would
like
have been surprised.
because I was pretty into the anime community when this
Oh.
aired originally, so it was a big talking point when this
Yeah,
was new.
I didn't know how though, so
I didn't know how either.
Yeah.
I had seen the shot of him like with his stomach like bolted open, but I
hadn't
didn't know
seen that.
what it. I thought it was like a cannon or something actually, so I wasn't sure what had happened.
I had
I also-
never seen a.
I had also thought, I had known he was in Impel Down. I thought he died in Impel Down. Like I
Oh.
thought that was where he died. So I was expecting that. And then I was like, oh, wait, there's like more. Like there's like another arc after Impel Down. I thought that was when Ace died. I was like, oh.
Yeah, honestly, I can't imagine how this would have been for people reading it in the moment though, because it's so devastating. Like you
It is
just
pretty
got
intense.
him free.
Yeah.
I know.
It's a really good sequence of events because it's like, yeah, it's so like you're basically, oh god, it's so good because it's like the longest Luffy has been just like so dedicated to doing one thing.
Uh-huh.
You just want to see him get to Ace. It's like he's going through hell and back, and like
And he's been on like a losing streak, you know?
Yeah.
yeah, it's like just
And
this
he's
like
he finally
really
gets a win.
yeah, it's this like really like hit of reality where it's like yeah, like life's got rough spots, Luffy. Like
Yeah.
this shit's not gonna all be fun in games. Also, I mean, like like Oda's some pretty bad with this. That nobody's like really died. Like, all the main characters or any main character. We made a joke in Alabasta where it was like that guy just like didn't die in the
Yeah, I
end because it's like
Doesn't die.
yeah. So I was like, it's pretty crazy for the first time to be like, no, this is like a death. Like this is an actual character death that's happening right now.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's all of his organs. I
And
don't
we
think he's
also
gonna
have,
make it.
like, the pattern of saving Robin. Like we've seen like the successful rescue before. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
like a lot of expectation was just like, yeah, we're just gonna rescue him again, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with kind of how similar, at least on the surface, his story seemed to Robin's. So it's like you almost get like a sort of like, oh, we're doing this again. Like Luffy's gonna save Ace. It's just kind of hit with like some reality in this moment. He's got some emotional lines when he's like dying though. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have the part. It's like the "Thank you for loving me"
Mhm.
screenshotted. I was like, shit.
I know. Yeah.
Like even if you knew that it happened, like just seeing how it affects Luffy, it's still so
Oh
hard.
yeah, Luffy goes
Oh,
into
yeah.
shock. Like,
Mhm.
oh no.
Yeah, and the way they pose it with like seeing the flashbacks and everything, it's really well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is
And then
obviously
even,
like
seeing everyone's reaction, like Garp is like, Sengoku, you gotta hold me down, otherwise I'm gonna kill Akainu right here, right now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
man.
it's true.
And like Whitebeard flips out and like beats on Akainu.
Yeah.
Gets like half his face blown off.
Yeah. Oh my
True.
god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
I watched
And he's still
that in the
fighting.
anime. They like censor the
Oh
hell
yeah,
out
they
of
censored
that.
the hell out of that.
I was like,
his,
what?
whole side of his
It-
face and
Yeah,
mustache
it's
get, like,
so
burned off.
brutal in the
Mhm.
manga. It's like yeah, half his face is gone.
Yeah.
And like he has like two holes in his chest where he's been punched and like shot at.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, how is he still standing?
I know.
He's Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, when we get to that part where they talk about like the ending of the fight, I want to read the page that was from when I talked about
Oh, yeah.
Whitebeard,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it
Do
was
do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
we do it now?
Oh, no, when we get there, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, do
I
it.
do really like how like such a weird way to do this. Yeah, during the heat of all of this is when Blackbeard's pirates show up, right?
Right. Just to add more chaos.
Yeah, I love like in the midst of the chaos, they
Absolute
just have that creepy ass thing like
assholes.
peeking over like the building, like oh hee hee, like you found me. I was like, what the hell
What
is
the
that?
heck is that?
I was like, what? Like, why is there more? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was strange.
Oh, but before that, wait, no, that is now. Yeah.
Yeah, like Akainu
Okay,
tries
so-
to take out Luffy, but Marco intercepts, and then Jinbei's
Mhm.
like, I gotcha. And they start running
Oh
away.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
carries
like-
him.
He still gets hit. Like
Yeah, he does get
Um,
hit, yeah.
I think like Jinbei doesn't get hit like through the chest, but like through the shoulder or
Yeah.
something. And it's still like the magma is still going through and hits Luffy's chest and gives him that scar.
Yeah.
See right here.
It still gets him.
But then Trafalgar Law also shows up from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Man,
just
Trafalgar
to help
Law.
him. Yeah.
Shows up in his yellow submarine and is like, "Get him in here. We're gonna escape."
Yeah. Just like, why are you here? Okay.
I think in the midst of this also, I think you see some flashbacks with like Goldie Roger and Whitebeard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were pretty close.
Mhm.
Oh
God,
yeah, there's
yeah.
that's when you start seeing what the D stands for or whatever. He's asking him like, what's the D stand for anyway?
And
It's
then
like, well.
Gold Roger's like, "Well, I'll tell ya." And the flashback.
And
You're
another
like, "Come
flashback
on."
at some
Oh
point.
my God, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think. Oh yeah, then all. Oh yeah, so then all of Blackbeard's like men just like all attack Whitebeard at once, but he like holds his ground.
Yeah, and he has
And I
like,
feel like he's about to like kill Blackbeard. He's like, "You're the one person I won't call son anymore because you killed
yeah.
a member of your own family." But then
Oh,
they all
yeah.
shoot him, and Whitebeard finally succumbs to all his injuries. Dies.
I think it's crazy that Oda made me feel the weight of that statement in like 30 chapters.
Oh wait, which statement?
Like you're not my son anymore when he says to
Yeah. Oh
Blackbeard.
my god. That's what I was like so impressed. I was talking to my friends about it. I was like, it's amazing that they introduced Whitebeard in like Whitebeard's entire story. Like you don't know anything about his crew. You don't know how his like. They could have spent arcs establishing his crew, but somehow they made it so like impactful in just like one arc.
Yeah.
It's not even like there's no like time to figure it out. There's no like downtime in this arc either. It's just so impressive. Just such good writing.
And Whitebeard was ready to sacrifice himself. As soon as they freed Ace, he was like, "Everyone run. I'm staying here and I'll hold them off.
Yeah.
This is my last battle."
Ugh.
Like, no.
No.
Ah.
Yes. And then Whitebeard does say something before he dies, right?
Yes.
Indeed, he does.
He does.
Go for it, Ralph.
The One Piece is real.
He says the One Piece exists, right?
I did not know where the context of that was going to be too, so that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I had such a debate with Toto over this, cause I was just like, I'd always joke around through this entire time, like, yo, the One Piece is real. And now that I see the context, I'm like, what the hell? Why are people just joking about it? This is like the most impactful piece of information. Like
People
in
always.
One
I feel
Piece
like
right
people
now.
always do that.
Yeah.
I know. I was
I
just
remember
so, like,
in the
upset.
Breaking Bad meme, like the big meme where he like falls over in the desert. That's like the most emotional
Yeah.
scene from that
Yeah.
show.
It's just played for laughs. I think it's because people
It's a
don't know how to
coping
handle
mechanism.
the emotion,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you gotta make a joke about it.
That
yeah.
is-
It's like
Oh,
it
man.
is such an emotional scene. He's saying like the One Piece is real, but what it means is like basically they've lost. There's no hope. But this idea of being a pirate, this idea that there is hope, that there's freedom out there, still exists.
Yeah.
And they need to
Yes.
keep fighting for it and fight this corrupt system of the world and believe that there is a brighter future out there.
It's so
Yeah.
good with his like flashback where they're like, "Oh, what are you looking for? Like, what's your
Yeah.
treasure, Whitebeard?" And he's like, "I just want a family." And I'm like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
I know.
god!"
Yeah.
He's like, the party's like, you have my thanks. Farewell, my sons. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
How dare you make me do this?
Yeah.
And then, Realm, did you want to read like Whitebeard's like epitaph?
Oh, absolutely. Alright, so yeah, everybody was going crazy. He's just standing there stoically. The narrator announces that he died. So,
Like
goes like
standing
this.
like a
Okay.
boss.
literally. Even after he died, with his face half gone, his body would not yield. Cutting his enemies down, he was the very image of a monster. In this battle, he suffered 267 sword wounds, as well as 152 bullet wounds and 46 cannon wounds. But on this proud back, and indeed in his life as a pirate, did not suffer a single coward's injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shining
he's
like an
showing-
absolute unit.
I was gonna say, oh my god, he's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he never got hit on the back because one, he never ran away, and two, he had his crew protecting him.
He did.
Yeah. Because it was so good too. It's just like the true essence of a pirate crew. Like, everyone loved each other. They all looked out for each other. Like,
Yeah.
So good.
I know. And then Blackbeard promptly shot on everyone's parade, even though this wasn't a real parade, and did. They covered Whitebeard's body, and through some shenanigans of the type of fruit that Blackbeard ate, he was able to harness 2 devil fruit powers.
Well, we're not even
Yeah.
sure if it was because of his devil fruit or what, but
Yeah.
he did the unthinkable, and now he has 2 devil fruit powers, and it's like, is that even legal?
Yeah.
Is that even legal?
Illegal.
Illegal! What are you doing? Incorrect!
And now he has the darkness power and the earthquake power. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Not fair.
It isn't fair.
Yeah.
Literally, I hope he drowns.
Mm.
Yeah, just he's like double weak to water.
he's
Just like
double weak to
splash him
water,
with
he's
some
double
water.
A
He
light
can't take
bath is
baths
what does him
anymore.
in.
Yeah, he'll like Wicked Witch, just like splash him with some water.
No, I'm ready.
Oh, that'd be funny, actually.
But yeah, Akainu is still pushing the Navy onwards to take out the rest of the pirates. And Kobe steps in front of him and is like, just stop. There's so many people dying. There's people, like, wounded people that could be saved right now if we stop fighting
Yeah.
on our side.
Yeah, it was a really good moment too. I was so surprised.
Uh-huh. And then
Yeah.
Helmeppa was there and he's like, Kobe, what are you doing? You're gonna get, like, toasted because we saw Akainu, like, kill a deserter earlier.
Yeah.
Also, a really I remember he draws Kobe crying in like just this visceral way. It's very
Mhm.
very good.
Yeah. And then Akainu's about to melt Kobe as well. And then he gets blocked by Shanks.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. Did you guys expect to see Shanks in this arc?
I did not actually.
no.
No.
No, I didn't.
I guess like at that point I was probably just like, yeah, whatever. Things are, like Shakes is here too. Okay, like let's let him in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Shakes. Well, I wondered if he would show up, but he didn't throughout the whole battle, so I thought he wasn't going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason was he was fighting another emperor. He was fighting Kaido.
Oh.
Bringing him away from the war before he got here.
Ooh.
I like how he picks up Luffy's hat after that too. So he
Yeah.
drops his
He
hat right
lost his
there.
hat.
And then, like, Kizaru's about to shoot, like, the submarine that Law's in, and then fucking Ben Beckman,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
pops
confused
up
about that.
next to him and is like,
I'm confused
"No,
about that
you
too. He
don't."
just points a gun at the dude that's made of light, and he's like, "Don't move." And he's like, "Oh shit!" And I'm like, "But why are you scared of? Does he have like a special gun?"
Maybe he
Probably
gets.
hockey. He has a hockey gun.
Oh, a
probably.
hockey
Oh,
gun.
okay. I don't know. This is a thing. Okay.
Ugh.
It's just interesting. I was like, "Huh? Why did he just like?" I would think he wouldn't even blink an eye at a random gun, but okay.
Yeah, right?
Mm. And
But
then
no.
Shanks is like, if you want to keep fighting, we'll be your opponents now. A fresh
Uh-oh.
batch.
And
of
everyone's like,
Emperor
okay,
crew."
never mind."
A whole nother batch of fresh pirates.
Yep. And Sengoku finally gives the order, like, okay, we're gonna stop fighting. We got what we wanted.
Yeah, we're
Killed
done
Ace
now.
and Whitebeard.
And Shanks gives Buggy Luffy's hat. And then Shanks gives him a treasure map in exchange for that, right?
Well, he says he's gonna give him a treasure map, but he lies.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
He's a pirate still.
Just like omission, really.
Yeah, and Buggy's like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
And then the people see Buggy talking with Shanks, and he's like, "Oh my god, Captain Buggy's so cool!"
Yeah.
He's
Wow,
just
he's
like
so
talking with an
cool.
emperor of the sea.
Yeah.
It's also really cool. Oh man, it's such a cool idea. It's like Shanks just shows up and stops everything. He's like, "Yeah, enough fighting. Like, or you'll have to fight me." And everyone's like, "Okay."
Yeah, okay.
Oh man, I love the interactions. Like this art does such a good job of like giving like history and world building, and just making this world feel so much bigger than
Yeah.
we previously thought. Like even like Crocodile like has a line with like Mihawk, where Mihawk's like, "I thought being an impelled down would have made you humble."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they all know each other somehow. Like, it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Luffy,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I don't know what I was
Go
going to
on.
say. Honestly, go
Um,
ahead.
Yeah, Luffy is able to escape on Law's submarine, and he gets the
The war
hat,
ends.
and they leave. And they take Luffy back to Amazon Lily.
Oh, yes,
and,
they take him back to Amazon Lily.
Yeah, and like the war slowly is over and the rest of the pirates escape, but they've lost the war.
Yeah. I think it's cool how all the poor emperor pirate people, they're like so, and like Rayleigh too, I guess, like they're so into pushing the new era of pirates forward. Like they don't have that sense of I have to be the one to do it. Like it's
Yeah.
fine to push the other young kids forward because they have to help too, or they will be the next generation and they'll be the ones fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's neat.
I also like I like how the whole like the way the war goes down. It's like the Navy won, but like kind of like it's
Kind
like
of?
it was very like it was very messy. It was like it's kind of a cool like realistic take on how a situation like that would go down.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's not just like, oh, they won, everyone's cheering and yelling. It's like it ends like very awkwardly. Like everyone just has to stop fighting because Shank shows up. Like, you know, Whitebeard dies from like Blackbeard showing up randomly, and like Ace kind of dies like after getting caught, like after getting like, you know, what do you like didn't even get executed. He ended up getting away for a bit, and then he gets caught. It's
Yeah.
like it's very like messy. And it's like yeah, the Navy won, but like was it even like their doing that they won? Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a very like Cold War win, you know.
Yeah, they both suffered great losses.
Yeah. Or like a World War II win where it's like, oh, now we have nukes.
Yeah.
Like what are all of the implications now after this huge change?
Yeah.
Because also like we also like see after Whitebeard dies, all the places that Whitebeard was protecting under his flag are thrown into chaos.
Right.
yeah, which they've already said is Fishman Island.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I wonder if that will be something that will come up later.
Yeah.
I
next
wonder.
summer.
I really do wonder.
Oh.
But yeah, Luffy wakes up at Amazon Lily and starts crying again, right? He's
Well,
like
I
angry.
think that's post Marineford.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it
Oh,
is.
are we-
Yeah.
Are we talking? Oh no, yeah, you're right. Okay.
You're right. You're right.
Wait. Oh, that's called post-war. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, post-war arc.
Post-war arc. Yeah. Man.
So, Marineford rating. What do you guys think? I talked the majority of the time on this one.
That's okay. It helped me remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you've read it twice. You know it
Big
more than
meat
us.
of this
Yeah.
saga too.
Yeah.
Who should go first for ratings?
Well, we went left to right on the last org, so want to go right to left?
Okay.
Yeah.
Star rating, I give this 9.5 out of 10. I
Mhm.
think my only issue with it is that sometimes it's hard to follow what's going on because so much stuff is happening.
Yeah.
And also that the other Straw Hats weren't here. So it's not like the perfect arc because the other Straw Hats weren't here. But yeah, no, this is like such a good arc. And like I said, it really opens up like how big and vast this world is. Like Luffy, this whole time, throughout the story, we've been following him and we've been thinking like, oh man, he's so strong, he's the hero, he'll like beat the bad guys every time. And for the past few arcs, we've seen him lose and lose and lose again. And now in the midst of this war, he doesn't even make the cut. He's like not even like top 10 or top 100 out of all these fighters here.
Mhm.
It just goes to show like how much he really needs to grow before he's ready to become a pirate king.
Yeah.
And slug rating, you can't skip this arc.
No.
Like you literally cannot. This is a 10 out of 10 arc.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. For me, I think it's also a 9.5, but the reason it's a 9.5 for me is because I felt like I guess it's similar. They were bringing so many different new concepts in. They were like, just so you know, there's all these clones of Kuma and there's all these things going on. But some of the things, like especially the clones of Kuma, they didn't even matter because Poe was just like, they're gone now. They're not even a threat to the battle. And there just was a lot going on, and it was a little hard. But I also like that there's a lot going on, so it's 9.5. And then yeah, 10 out of 10 for slug rating. You should read this. You definitely should read this if you're reading One Piece.
I think definitely watch the anime for this if it felt too fast because the manga does go really fast through this.
That's yeah. Oh yeah, that would be good to watch later on. For me, yeah. Realm.
You know, I also want to give it a 9.5 for my slug rating, just because I don't know. It's like it's the payoff everybody needed, not that they wanted, because obviously you don't want like half of Whitebeard's crew to, you know, you don't want this like horrific confrontation to happen. Obviously, you didn't want Ace to die. You didn't want like, you know, the memories of everybody who you just literally met also like perish with people. And it sparked, like I said, like the new age of pirates. So like, how can I knock? It's not the perfect arc. I don't think there would be like a perfect arc. So it's probably getting just the highest rating I could give it for being like like the last of a saga, not the part of it in its entirety. You know, like Skypiea was its own thing, beginning to end. Like you could objectively give longer arcs that are part of like one saga by itself, an objective 10 out of 10. But since it was part of like the saga itself, you know, for it being at the end, it was like out of this world good. And I mentioned this to Toto earlier, but I was waiting for One Piece to like kick it into gear for me, and it took 500 chapters for it to like click and want me to do it. You know?
Yeah. Danny
I know,
DeVito,
my-
Danny DeVito gif, like I get it.
Get it.
I did it. You know, I don't know why it took so long before it felt like an assignment. To just get done, and I would procrastinate it, and then I would obviously read it very fast, and then I would also randomly cry at my office because that's when I'm doing it. But then I would just, you know, it kind of sparked at this point, and I'm happy it did. Star rating 10 out of 10. I would kick anybody who wants to skip this arc.
I'll kick you.
Professionally, I hope you eat a devil fruit and go take a bath.
I hope you eat a devil fruit and it's the die fruit.
I
Is that
hope-
the opposite of Brooks fruit?
I hope you get the stub fruit, stub your toe, have it almost healed, and stub it again.
Oh
if you
yeah,
decide
you're
to
just
skip this arc.
constantly covered in bruises and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my
Never
friends
heals.
me and my friends were joking about like who would win if you have like Super Saiyan powers, devil fruit, and I was like, I just have to die fruit, and you die. The win-win fruit. I win every
The win-win
confrontation.
fruit, yeah.
Literally. Or, I think the Nat 20, the Nat fruit
Oh yeah.
would be key. Could you imagine?
2020.
First
Yeah.
confrontation rolls 20. You leave the universe. You're done. Game over.
Yeah.
I think there is a difference between like this and Dragon Ball though. Like obviously like Dragon Ball characters get insanely powerful, but I think you shouldn't just read characters based on like just how strong they are.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of this arc is that Luffy is weak. And I think that builds a much stronger story, you know, than just, oh, he could have won, he's just the strongest man. Luffy could go into like year 4 and then power through everyone, and he like unlocks a new Super Saiyan form and he kills everyone. But like, no,
Yeah.
the whole point is that he is weak.
True.
He has more to do.
I'll be the different one. I probably give this arc a 10 out of 10
Oh,
for
yeah.
personal. I mean, it might get better, but I don't think I could see this. This is like the epitome of like everything coming together.
Yeah.
It's also like immaculately written. I don't think I've like you guys were all saying it's so much happening, but it's so well done.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just so immaculately written. Like every panel is important to like understanding what's happening and understanding like the grand scheme of the plot. It's so cool. Yeah, I don't know. And also, this is probably the most invested I've been. I don't think I've read that much in a row of this manga yet. So yeah, eye-opening One Piece One Peak moment.
Oh yeah.
And then the other rating is probably also 10 because like that'd be silly. At this point, I think most of these will be like, don't
You
skip
gotta
this.
read it. Yeah, you're right. You're
At this
right.
point, we're all coming after you if you don't read this.
Yeah.
and not read
Yeah,
it.
you're
Yeah,
right.
you know.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10. How hard will we hit you if you skip?
But that's the thing. You, like, okay, you guys get it now. Now that you've read Marineford, you get it. Like, why people say like, oh, it really gets good by like chapter 500, but you have to start at the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
it's interesting because it's been good, but it hasn't been this like heavy good.
Yeah.
Like it
Mhm.
hasn't been this like, oh, this is like media defining like
Mhm.
good.
also, like, if you haven't read like the previous arcs of like him with his crew and understand that he's separated from them now and everything, then like this arc doesn't hold as much weight if
Right.
you haven't
Yeah.
read all the previous stuff.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a real. This is the reward for being invested so long. This is like you
Right.
get
Yeah.
so much out of it.
And that's also why, like, even though One Piece is so long, like,
Yeah,
I
it's
still
worth it.
think it's really good because we can clearly see, like, Oda knows how to pay off.
Yeah, like
You know?
it's
True.
so funny because at this point I hear it as a criticism that it's long, but at this point I'm like, no, that's what makes it so good so far. It's
Yeah.
like I feel like I'm so much more invested in this like world right now. It's like, you know, funny enough, I'm experiencing Final Fantasy 14 recently, and I feel like it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
That game hits so much harder because it's such a long MMO, and like it wouldn't. And people are like, yeah, it's really tough to recommend because of that. But I'm like, that's probably been my favorite part because at the end, it feels like such a long, like paid off journey you've
Yeah.
gone through.
It all comes
Yeah.
full
Which is
You're
circle.
really
complaining that
cool.
your D&D campaign with your friends is too long.
Yeah, it's
And
like
she's like,
it's just
What?
it just means you're
Yeah.
invested. It just means there's more to care about.
Yeah, you just invest it. Yeah.
That is true. I think too on that point, it never felt like at any point once you started getting into it, like maybe once you start getting into like the prologue, I've never once thought when's the payoff, you know? It
Mhm.
never
Yeah.
it never had sure there was some weird long land weird ass stuff going on. Oop. Oh no, I left.
Oh no, you're
Ah.
good.
Oh my god. I didn't do anything, I swear. Alright, that's fine.
Oh, you're here. Oh, I have to move you. One moment.
Oh you do? Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
Ralph, get off the table.
Okay. Dang. All right. There was some weird stuff like that, but there was never a point where I actually like, what's the point of this? What's the idea? It's just like he never lets you. There's like never a dull moment, even if the moments are not the greatest. There's never a dull idea going through. So,
Yeah.
like he's done a really good job of just keeping you in it.
Yeah, and I almost think part of it's just because it's fun. It's fun to read. Even when you're
Yeah.
crying your eyes out, it's fun.
No, that's
to read.
something that I feel like this has such a leg up on than a lot of shonen.
Yeah.
It's like silly, and
Yeah.
that is so important because
Yeah.
I've always said this, that the most emotional TV shows are always like the comedies or like the good sitcoms.
Yeah.
Because like you're more emotionally invested when it's like funny or it's lighthearted and it's keeping like, you know, you love it, like you love watching it.
Yeah.
So when it like starts getting heavy or something happens that, you know, to a character you've laughed with and you've like, it's like, oh, you'll cry harder.
You cry hard. It's true. You're right.
Yeah, when you see like the moody emo character being moody and emo, you're just like, oh, that's another Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like sometimes you know, I've watched like things from like Naruto and stuff, and sometimes I'm like, it feels like it has this identity that it's gonna be like dramatic and like heavy and like, you know, backstory heavy and stuff, but it doesn't have that element of like fun wackiness that something like One Piece has, which is like I've heard people criticize One Piece for, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I was like, it's like such a good thing that One Piece is more cartoony. Like it literally is such a plus. Like I would never in a million years say the opposite. I'd just be like,
Yeah.
Like in this saga, we've covered like child slavery. We've covered
Yeah.
like prison torture. We've
Yeah, it's true.
covered like war crimes.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
funny. I've heard the same thing where it's like One Piece like
Like,
is too goofy to
holy
get into
shit.
like real politics. I'm like, are you guys crazy? Like, are we
For
reading the
sure.
same
If there wasn't
thing?
any
Like,
goofiness, like this would be like unbearable to read if they took this all like super seriously, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so much like it's so much better for it. It's like I would never have it any other way. It's I like, and you know, it's funny.
Genius.
People can argue it as much as they want. It's the reason it's successful. Like,
Yeah.
it would not be as successful if it wasn't as fun as it is. Like,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. You're right.
like, it's weird, and I'm like, that's the point.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Did we all read? Did we all read the
Oh,
next one?
Yeah, we all
I
read
read it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. We could go through this a little bit faster, just so we're not on for too long.
There's not
but
too much that happens.
It's not.
So.
Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah.
It's really just the backstory.
Yeah, it's mostly the backstory. Luffy's like on life support. 'Cause he got really messed up in that battle.
Somehow surviving
Oh man,
even
like
with
seeing Luffy
20,000
just like
people.
tear himself apart and be
Yeah.
like screaming Ace's name
Yeah.
and like punching himself bloody
Oh, it's
to the point where
sad.
Jinbei had to catch him and be like, "If you want to fight, I'll fight you, but
Yeah.
you won't
Yeah.
even beat me in the current state you're in."
Yeah. Yeah, you need to rest,
Let's have
Luffy.
some sense into him. He's like, "Luffy, you got to think about what you still have right now. Ace is
Oh,
dead,
yeah.
and you have to accept
Yeah.
it."
Oh gosh.
And he's like, I have my crew.
Oh god.
Oh my god, no, literally. I think once we go like through the whole thing, I'll tell you at the point I started crying, and then the point where I started bawling my eyes. It hit me way harder than I thought it would. This particular arc.
Yeah, I thought the backstory was really cool.
Yeah.
Just in general, like, you know, it's funny. They kind of gave you Luffy's backstory in the beginning of the manga, but like, kind of not all of it. So it's really cool to see like the other half, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, yeah, no, it's the other half because it basically leads right into the first episode.
Yeah, because Luffy did have like one encounter with Shanks, but that's not his whole childhood.
Yeah.
We see that he grew up in this really poor little rundown village, and his grandpa basically said, "Okay, well, you've been causing trouble in the village, so I'm going to throw you in with the mountain bandits, the Don,
Yeah.
this mountain bandit lady, and you see this kid, his name's Ace, he's going to be your new brother, and you're going to live here in the mountains, in the jungles, and like deal with it."
Yeah.
And
Doesn't like him.
at first, Ace doesn't like him because
Yeah.
Ace has self-esteem issues and daddy issues, and he's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
"Nobody likes me. You probably don't like me either, so I don't like you."
He's a real dick. He was like trying to kill him
Yeah.
times.
He
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And Luffy never
Spunky
gave
little
up
man.
though.
And Luffy's like, "You're the only person I've got. Let's
Yeah.
be friends."
We gotta be
And they
friends.
finally be friends after Ace and Ace's friend Sabo like have been saving up treasure to find to become pirates.
Mm-hmm.
But they get raided by like an actual pirate, I think Blue Jam or something.
Blue Jam.
Yeah. And Blue Jam like beats up Luffy, trying to get Luffy to spill the beans on where the treasure is, but he doesn't tell him. And
Yeah, that's
that's when
fucked up.
like Ace and Sabo save him and are like, "Okay, you're one of us now."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blue Jam is like really fucked up too, because Blue Jam like realizes that Luffy's made out of rubber, so normal punches won't do anything, so he gets out like spiked brass knuckles.
Yeah,
to punch
he's
him.
like, okay,
Yeah,
piercing
no,
damage.
he's like hanging there like a little pinata, and I'm like, what the hell?
Ugh.
And he still doesn't like squeal because he's like,
Yeah.
they're the only thing I've got.
Yeah, he's not a snitch.
Ain't no snitch.
And then Luffy, Sabo, and Ace become like brothers by drinking sake cups.
Yeah, together.
But then we find out that Sabo is actually not just another poor kid from Great Terminal, but he's actually the son of a nobleman. So like, there's a huge class divide here.
Yeah, it's so smart the way they do this too.
Yeah.
Like, not subtle in the slightest, but like that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain it?
Yeah, who wants to explain the class divide?
So, like, the whole island is like there's a gated portion of it basically where all the rich people live, and it's super clean, and they throw all the trash out of the gated community basically. And but there's an entire other community that lives in like the trash part of the town, because like other people can just use the trash, but it's still
Yeah.
not a very nice place to live.
That's literally like just the slums.
Yeah, it's just the slums, yeah. And then the bandits live like a little bit farther away from there. Yeah, but then it's revealed that Sabo actually ran away from like his parents that live in that rich area, because he was so restricted on what he could do, and he was only allowed to do what his parents wanted him to do, and he didn't want that life, so he ran away because he wanted to be free.
He had a replacement son.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what?
Shelly.
Like, damn, they really don't care about
Shelly.
Yeah. But one day, like, his parents, they hire the Blue Jam Pirates to go find Sabo and bring him back home. And they successfully do that because Sabo doesn't want Ace and Luffy to get hurt as a result of, like, the whole, what do you call it? Incident with the pirates, I guess. Yeah. So he goes back and meets his creepy adopted brother.
Yeah. But then they find out there's this. Sabo finds out that there's this plot to basically just burn away the entire trash town, the slums.
Yeah.
Just burn them all with all that rest of the garbage, because they're just all the nobles just see them as all garbage anyway.
Yeah. Oh, it's called the Great Terminal. That's what it's called. The trash town. Yeah.
And they even hire the Blue Jam Pirates and Luffy and Ace to set up the barrels that are just filled with explosives and fire fuel.
Yeah, they don't know.
And Blue Jam does it because he thinks that they'll let him into the noble society if he does it, which is just so sad, to think even this villainous dude, all he wanted was a better life.
Yeah, and actually, as it's happening, Sabo finds out that it's happening, and he's running to go tell his friends, but he is too late, and he's like, no. But then Dragon is there, and he listens to him crying, and he hugs him I'll listen to you.
Yeah, and then while the people are in Great Terminal running away from the fire, and they seem trapped, Dragon clears a path and is come with me onto my ship and join the revolutionaries.
Yeah.
But is it Blue Jam or whoever? No, it's not Blue Jam, right? It's some other dude.
There's they wanted to burn all of the trash and the people that live there, because what are the celestial dragons were coming into town.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Sabo's leaving on his little boat because he's I'm not.
No, he's not.
Can't leave I can't stay with my parents. They're not letting me be free. I gotta be free. So he's going, but then the celestial dragon people see him and they just bomb his ship.
And it's this ship is in the way.
Horrible.
Literally, I've never met characters so evil in a series. The celestial dragons.
I know.
They're just
They're
the
so
actual
despicable.
worst.
Yeah. There's nothing to like about him.
And then Blue Jam realizes he's been betrayed and he's gonna burn along with the rest of Great Terminal. Ace doesn't have his fire fruit powers yet, so he's not immune to fire. And we see this really tragic scene of Ace stopping to fight Blue Jam even though they should be running away, and he's I can't run. I feel if I run, I'll lose something important.
Yeah.
And especially I can't run when Luffy's behind me, which is exactly, even though we were so mad that Luffy and Ace died protecting Luffy and Marineford, now we kind of see why. It's it wasn't right for him to do, but it's this tragic character flaw that he's always had, that he doesn't run away when someone is offending him.
Yeah, or he needs to protect somebody.
Yeah, but then Dadan shows up and helps beat Blue Jam, and they survive. But they survive, and Luffy comes back, and Ace comes back, and they realize that Sabo's dead.
Yeah.
And they, as Luffy's crying on the shore, they both swear that they'll become pirates and live on with the dream that they had with Sabo.
And be free.
And be free.
Yeah.
It's pretty emotional too, because don't they established before that Ace is oh, I don't cry, you never cry, and then he gets the note
Luffy's
from Saga
not
or
looking,
whatever.
he's crying as well.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah. I do like that they always let Luffy show all of his emotions. It's good.
Yeah.
And then like the Dawn, even though she acted like kind of like abusive to them, in the end she really does care about these boys.
Yeah.
The point where like when they leave, she's over there crying as well.
Yeah.
And when she finds out Ace is dead and Garp comes back into town, she like grabs him, like punches him, and it's like, how could you let this happen? You were right there. You saw your
Yeah.
own grandson get like killed.
Yeah, how could you do this? Yeah.
And Makino, the bartender, like tries to stop her, and she's like, "Don't you know that Garp's hurting more than anyone?" And she's like, "No, Luffy is hurting more than anyone."
Yes, don't you know
Well,
it's
I like-
Luffy?
I think before that, I do really like how this backstory ends with
Yeah.
the first episode, like
Yeah.
it leading right into that first scene from the first episode.
Mhm.
I'm such a sucker when series do that, and they do it 500 chapters in. Is so cool. Like, so freaking cool. It's just like really good moment to get the rest of Luffy's backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I
Because it's
thought
like,
that
you
was
know,
good.
it's like a really big moment for his character, like, you know, because he keeps, like you were saying, he keeps losing, so he's like learning that he has to become stronger. So to kind of like give that context of where he came from is really cool.
Mhm.
Like pretty sad because it cuts right to him being like, I'm pathetic, but like
Right.
it's good.
How did you feel, Realm, about this backstory? Or just the
I
whole
liked
thing,
it.
I
I
guess.
just what's up?
Oh no, keep going, keep going.
No, I mean, it was alright. I mean, I was just like, oh boy, hey, mentioning a new character, gee willikers, how about those backstories? And I'm like, they certainly will come back in the future, won't they?
Oh, you
I
mean
was just-
Sabo?
Sabo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't show
Yeah.
him his death on screen, so.
Yeah, Sabo,
Yeah, I feel like a
And-
lot of people are mixed opinion about Sabo because it's like, oh, it was Luffy and Ace this whole time, but JK, there was actually a third brother that you didn't know about in this backstory.
Yeah, Shonen do that so much.
They do a lot.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, it's unfortunate because I thought One Piece was like, I don't mind the inclusion of Sabo. I just wish it was more planned. Like, I wish this was one of Oda's, like, that's that guy they mentioned in chapter, like, 3.
Yeah.
They do mention like Sabo in Marineford, so at least you
They
find
do.
it from there. But,
They
like,
do, okay.
Yeah, there's like a brief mention of Dodon and Sabo.
Yeah, he's like, I even missed Dodon, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I started
something
crying
like-
when Dodon
Like,
said that,
after
though.
Sabo was gone, like you're the only brother I have.
Yeah.
Or something. But like, yeah, it definitely wasn't planned from the beginning.
No, you can tell. Yeah. I don't know. I think just watching, I think the way that Oda depicts grief and how Luffy is dealing with it is very different than what I see in a lot of manga, I guess. And it really hit me.
Yeah.
It really hit me. And like, yeah, when what you said earlier, Toto, when Jinbei says it may be painful for you now, Luffy, but fight it. Don't dwell on what you've lost. What's gone is gone forever. Try to remember what you still have. Like, I just started bawling.
Aw.
Yeah,
Because-
I had,
yeah.
oh man, yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. It was just.
I was just gonna say, when I was like, I literally was like, you know, it had the panel of him like showing, like counting his fingers. I was like, what is he doing? And then I like, you know, turning the page, I was like, oh my fucking
And he even
god.
says them all in or the order he got them.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I was crying. It's also like, I don't know. It's like if you've ever dealt with grief, you just know how Luffy's feeling, you know? And I don't know, what Jinbei says is really good, I think, for dealing with it. For me, anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Jinbei.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
I like Jinbei's kind of like, oh, so good. The way they do backstories too, where he's like, you know, he has that flashback where Ace is like, you know, like I saw him, like I saw my brother, and like, you know, he was doing good, like, because you know he had his crew. They literally have like a flashback within a flashback to make
Mhm.
this scene work, and it's like it's so good.
Yeah.
And Jinbei's like, I don't want to be friends with your brother unless he's a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah, I
like he
know.
clearly sees, no, he is a good person.
Yes.
And
And it's just been so long since we've seen the crew now. So it's just like really emotional, just being like, yeah, like I miss him too. Like
Yeah.
I want to like. I want them
Imagine
to be
reading
back
this like
together.
as it was coming out. That would have been like years.
Oh, yeah. I cannot imagine. Holy crap.
Like 80 chapters, even weekly. If this is like released weekly, that's still like
That's over
1.5
a year.
years.
Yeah.
Since we've seen the crew.
Ugh.
And Luffy also says like, I'm so pathetic. Like, Pirate King, who am I joking? Like, I'm so weak.
Yeah, I had to like, it was like late when I was reading this. I think I had to literally get my girlfriend up to explain to her what just happened. I was like, so like, I was like, this is so good. She's like
Yeah.
never read it, but she's basically just, I'm just explaining all the cool stuff that's happening to her.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah. So then after that, Rayleigh comes to
Yeah.
wait,
But I
the
didn't
Amazon
read-
Lily.
I didn't read the next
Swims
chapter.
Here.
Oh, you didn't read it after
Swim.
that? Oh, we could.
No, because
Oh,
you said to stop at
197?
549. Oh, 597? Is that what you said? Oh,
Okay,
shoot.
okay.
I stopped.
It's
I
okay.
stopped
We can
there.
read this part
We,
together.
yeah, we can
After
leave it out
stream.
anyway.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's okay too, because it's all just building up, so we can talk
Yeah.
about it next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
building up towards next arc. But like, yeah. We end at the time skip,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
decide that like they'll meet, not 3 days later, but 2 years later.
2 years later. Yes. Gosh, it's funny. Yeah, I
In
don't
the
know.
anime, they actually show what happens to the crew members. Like we briefly see it here, but yeah, in the anime, they show a little more of like what happens to all the other crew members on their respective islands.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Do they have like an episode for each? I assume.
I think they have like an episode with multiple in them.
Oh, okay.
I'm not happy with Sanji.
No, I'm
I'm
not.
not
I'm not
Sanji.
happy with Sanji either. I think
Sanji
everywhere
went to an island of women, and he wasn't even happy about it.
wasn't even happy about it. The little bitch.
I know. Seriously. I really wanted him to be like more accepting after he came out, but no, he's just such a little bitch.
But no. Yeah. I like where everybody else went though. I think it suited them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but we could talk about it later. Gosh. Okay. That's like the first half of One Piece.
Yeah, we're halfway through.
Super casual. Halfway
Crazy.
there.
Only took us what, like half a year? I don't remember when we started doing
We started
this.
it, I guess, a little over a year. Or not a little over a year, a little under a year is what I meant to say.
Yeah, but we've been reading monthly.
That's
too,
why.
so,
And we
like,
took off
If
a
you
month.
really wanted to catch up, you could.
You could.
Yeah, it's not too hard. The manga definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
For sure.
And I was watching some of these scenes in the anime. I wasn't crazy. The only, I guess I liked, like, oh my god, Whitebeard's death in the anime is done so well. I was like, I'm usually not super impressed with the anime scenes so far, but that one is done really, really well.
The anime is very hit or miss.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but-
they definitely phone it in.
Yeah, the way, oh man, I was like, oh my god, that scene where, he's like, I have my crows. I couldn't wait to watch that animated. I did not like the way they did it. They made it so cheesy where he, like, you see, like, little, like, shots of them, like, all sitting, like, Luffy, and I'm like, oh.
Yes.
It was not crazy about it. I think it was way more impactful in the manga.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I guess post-war ratings.
Sure.
It's very short.
It is pretty short comparatively. It's hard for me to rate, actually.
Yeah. I think
it's
I'll
good.
give it like 7 stars. I'm not crazy about Luffy's backstory with Sabo because it does feel kind of forced. I do like seeing Ace and Luffy as kids, but like the whole Sabo thing felt kind of forced.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the stuff that happened in like the present day timeline with like Rayleigh and everything like really made up for it, and that was really interesting and added more to the world. But yeah, I'll give it 7 stars. And I mean, I guess it's still like a 10 slug rating. Like you have to read this. So
Yeah. Yeah, you should read it because it leads up to the time skip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because it's like right after Marineford.
Yeah, it's also not that
Yeah.
long. You can do it.
It's almost like anybody with a brain would not read this because you probably wouldn't even notice yourself, like,
Yeah,
you know,
where
like
it's
seeing the
starting
time
to
skip
stop.
or seeing the arc change because you're just so invested.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I can go. I don't know. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 because all the parts that weren't the backstory hit me really hard. Or I just liked it because it's like seeing the Straw Hats finally. Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. And I don't know, I feel like the chapter of Luffy dealing with his grief is gonna sit with me for a long time. So that part
Good.
is a 10 out of 10. But as an overall, yeah, it's like a 7 or 8. So 7.5. And then, yeah, you should read it. 10 out of 10. It's not that long. It's probably relevant history for later. It's good to get Luffy's backstory finally, too, because we got everybody else's, but not
Yeah.
his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
read
fair
it.
point. Read it, dude. I dare you.
Yeah.
I would say 6.5 because this could have for the slug rating because this could have very easily been a dream, or been a nonchalant sequence that happens while they're on a ship. But why would it when you can occupy other space? Not to say that it doesn't deserve to be there. It's just it could have been used. Something better could have been used there. Couldn't tell you what because otherwise I'd be making my own manga. But hey, here we are. I think it would have been better somewhere else. So yeah, and star rating, I'm gonna go 9.5 out of 10. I mean, yeah, it does set up a lot of little things. If you really pay attention, it's more like a hindsight thing. But again, I just don't like the fact that it was there. For at least the backstory itself. The other latter half, the present day, where that set everything up for the time skip, that's an absolute must. I think the reason why I even gave the slug like nothing lower is solely because I liked how it was set up. It was just a different change of pace. I don't know, it kept the characters as they are, but like it showed what they want to become instead of how they had to learn on the fly. So it gave a lot to desire,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked it. I just didn't like that one quick little backstory. Really dragged it down.
Eh.
There. Should you give it the rating?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I gave
Okay.
I gave 6.5 and I gave 9.5 for the
Oh,
star.
okay. I'd probably give it like an 8. I think I'm like alone. I really like this backstory.
Yeah.
I guess like Sabo is like definitely shown in like added character for this specific situation, but the only thing is I guess like it's a lot of times backstory gives context to how characters are, but Luffy kind of already was a certain way starting this backstory, so this is mostly just to establish his relationship with Ace.
Yeah.
And he already has power, so like it kind of showed that he like learned how to use it because of Ace. But I thought the timing of it was pretty good. Like I thought like it made sense to show like the start of Luffy's journey right by like the lowest point in his journey, which I think is kind of powerful. And I haven't read the part you guys are talking about, so
Yeah, that's all
but
right.
I thought the backstory was fun.
I do also like that, like, Luffy's been shown that, like, he's just been a lonely kid this whole time. That's also why, like, we haven't seen the side to him before, but that's why he cares so much about his friends, because he's just so lonely.
Plus, yeah, he's been like tossed, kind of like seems like he's been tossed around a lot of people, so he like clings on to friendship just because he doesn't get it easily or like naturally, which is cool.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be the type who abandons people.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, he just gonna say probably like, and it's like a 10 out of 10 other rating because like don't skip it.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining me. There's a lot of emotional stuff to cover today.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Good.
Yeah, it was
Best
really
part
good.
so far, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people consider this the current like peak One Piece.
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
interested in how it continues because like I know certain things that happen, just again certain like random things like characters that are in there and characters involved, but I don't know how the hell we get to those points. So it'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Before we wrap up, though,
Yeah.
some questions for you guys. What do you think the Straw Hats will be like after the time skip? Rom, don't answer. I know you read it. Or him.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Or what are you hoping they will be able to like accomplish or do? Any new powers?
I know what they look like, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
probably
any
haven't
powers.
spoke by the designs because it's been out for so long.
I was
Yeah,
about
I
to
was
say, can
gonna
I
say
just objectively say hotter? That's my only answer.
Hotter. Okay.
Okay, I know you think Sanji's hotter with his hair swept the other way.
Sort the
Ah,
other
you
way.
got me. The other way. The Quaff 2.0.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see. Like, obviously, they're gonna do a like they've been training, so like here's our new stuff. So it'll be cool to see that. Like, I don't know.
What new stuff
Robin.
do you think they're gonna have? Will Zoro have a fourth sword?
No.
No, but he'll probably be able to like cut more stuff.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I can cut through like diamond now.
Yeah.
Something.
You could do like
I wonder
his
if
Asura
Luffy's gonna be
thing.
like, so yeah. I wonder if Luffy's gonna be like, so some shit happened. I was in this like prison, and there's this cool stuff. Bon Clay was there, and I'd be like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Are they gonna like? Is he gonna catch them up?
I think Frankie is going to learn a lot of things and be more mechanical, maybe? I don't know. Engineering is actually the word I'm thinking
Shot in the
of.
dark. I hope Usopp gets really buff for some reason.
What will happen to Sniper King?
I don't know.
Swole Sop.
Ugh.
I hope
Swole
Chopper
Sop.
goes back to like fat Pikachu status. And
Yeah,
not,
I want Fat Pikachu Chopper now.
Yeah, people blame the like time skip for like getting rid of Fat Pikachu Chopper, but it happened pretty like
Oh,
instantly. Like
yeah, I remember
even
pointing
in like
it out. Yeah.
Arabasta, he was already starting to get cheapified.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Thriller Bark more.
Yeah.
No, I think really in Alabasta. You think so?
Arabasta a little bit, yeah.
Oh damn! I
Yeah.
feel like
It's
Thriller
starting
Bark
to
is when
lose
I
its
really
mouth
noticed
already.
it.
Yeah, it was gradual, but yeah,
It's
it's very
gradual.
noticeable now.
But like if you like look, yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
definitely for Mark
Sad.
amazing.
He was cuter when he was Fat Pikachu. Oh well.
Yeah, like a full-on snoot. His head was like smaller than his body before.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, we'll see. I haven't seen them in depth. I've obviously just seen like official art. I am not crazy about most of the time skip designs, so we'll see if they grow
I'll
on me.
get used to them.
Yeah, I have particularly
They'll grow on you.
I have a distaste for Luffy's as well. It's so subtle, but it's just like annoying little things. So we'll see.
It'll grow on you. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Robin looks good from what I've seen though.
Okay, I actually like Robin's pre-time skip design better. but
Oh,
that's just
really?
me.
We'll see.
Anyway,
I like the idea of a Zoro having his fourth sword and like clenching it in
but
his
between
butt.
his butt cheeks.
Like, where else is he gonna put it?
Now we're back to Ocelot.
Oh.
Okay,
Where
but
else
yeah.
is he gonna put it? Like he doesn't have like feet or like other like means of.
Shut up!
He's gotta put it in his butt. Like there's nowhere else it
he
can
likes
go.
butt stuff, okay?
It has to be the
He
butt.
wants a tone. He wants the best toned ass in the world.
So yeah,
Yeah,
he
so
just
that
hold it.
Sanji will finally pay attention to him instead of Nami and Robin.
I'm glad you called me out on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that earlier. I was gonna say something like, man, that like chapter cover where like Sanji was like fucking the shit out of Zoro was crazy. Like I can't believe Oda did that.
Whoa.
Oh, you.
If only.
Oh.
I think you went onto the wrong websites there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I was reading the right manga.
Wrong One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oda's art style really changed. Really big hands all of a sudden.
Oh my.
Where are all these tags? What? Why would I need to know this?
Oh my gosh, that actually reminds me that like at one point Oda lists like a bunch of like the people in Impel Down's heights, and I was like, holy shit, half these people are 8 feet tall.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure like Boa Hancock's like 7.5 feet tall or
Yeah,
something.
she's
Like
like
it's
7
crazy.
feet tall.
I hate a Luffy.
Yeah.
It's like, dang. Ah.
Hello, how do you do?
Yeah, that was actually like the most surprising thing to me was actually how tall everyone is.
I love that about One Piece. I love that characters are just like big sometimes. They're
Yeah.
not like giants. They're just
They're just like
big.
humans. They probably
Yeah.
have like giant blood
It's
mixed in or
cool.
something.
It's
Yeah.
like kind of just like makes this like weird like world of like just like monsters. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, very cartoony, but like effectively cartoony is awesome.
Yeah. For sure.
Speaking of weird people, though, what kind of weird islands do you think we're gonna see in the future? I mean, we all know Fishman Island's the next arc, but like,
Yeah.
what kind of islands or powers do you want to see coming up?
I don't know. They have, that's something they did. They did establish the moon as a place with inhabitants.
Yeah, because Enel went there
Yeah.
for like some reason.
Right.
Will the Straw Hats go to the moon? That'd be
Space
kinda cool.
pirates.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, we had a couple questions in chat. What do you guys think of learning that Ace was Gold Roger's son?
Oh, I reacted in real time. I put like a million like, oh my god faces.
Yeah, I had like spit takes.
Yeah.
I actually I did not know that at all. That's like something I had not gotten spoiled. It's, oh my god, there's this one reaction video of some guy watching it, and like he has like a door behind him that like falls on top of him as he's reacting to that scene. And I had seen that before, but I didn't know, I wasn't paying attention to One Piece. I was paying attention to the door falling on his head.
Oh,
You know, I think I actually, yeah, I also didn't have it spoiled, so I'm happy that wasn't the case. But I was more surprised by the backstory that because they were on the run, Ace's mother had him in her stomach for 20 months
Actually, yeah.
Oh yeah.
before giving birth. I was
They
more
were, like-
flabbergasted at that.
I was
they're like murdering
um,
all the babies of the time.
I was,
Could have
Oh,
been
yes.
possibly.
I was
son.
impressed because I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very much so.
yeah, that
I also think
yeah.
that was definitely like an author note from Oda to try and make the timelines match up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't match up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, she has the womb fruit or something. She can like, make her womb bigger or something. I don't know how that works.
I'm just not gonna think about it, honestly.
What are your thoughts on Blackbeard stealing Whitebeard's power? Illegal?
Yeah, we were
Absolute
just yelling
asshole.
illegal at the
I
time.
know.
Foul, interception, holding, offensive.
I'm glad that like
offside.
things like took their bodies, like Ace and Whitebeard's body, and gave them a proper burial. But,
Yes,
yeah,
I like
that
that,
was,
too.
like, desecrating a dead man, an honorable man. Like what the fuck, Blackbeard?
Yeah, I don't know, illegal and bad, and now I'm worried he's just gonna go around stealing everyone's powers,
Yeah.
and murdering people like a crazy dude. And just having like the darkness power and the earthquake power is crazy enough. Ugh.
I'm gonna post this in the manga reading chat after this stream's over. You gotta watch.
No, that's mean, Nick. No, I'm not answering that question.
Favorite.
I guess you could say this arc was a real ace in the hole.
Oh yeah, you said that. And I was like, more like a hole in Ace.
My god.
Yeah.
Well, there was a real hole in one, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's so funny because Ace's death's pretty intense, but I always heard about that. I had no idea Whitebeard was gonna die. So like
Yeah.
that hit way harder in my opinion. Not to like point two together. They were both very important and emotional in the moment, but
Yeah,
like
but that one wasn't spoiled for you.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I just think the whole setup for it was really cool. Like his death is so cool. Ace's was sad, but
Yes, it was
Yeah.
sad. Yeah. I also think because things are happening so fast, it doesn't even hit you until it didn't hit me anyway until later on. Like, oh, he's like dead. Like, he's not like Oda's normally. They're not dead anymore. Dead.
Yeah.
They're not actually dead. Sorry, that's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
I don't Whitebeard dying on his feet. He's just a boss till death, basically.
He was that guy.
That
He was
guy.
the boss.
The
Yeah.
boss.
Greatest
Yeah.
pirate in the world. They
Best
said.
dad.
Mhm.
Best dad award.
Okay,
Mhm,
final question
honestly.
though. What do you guys think the One Piece is now? Now that we're halfway through.
The freedom
Now that we've
fruit.
gotten to the One
The
Piece.
freedom.
I don't know.
With the America fruit.
There's a freedom fruit. You have to sing Freebird when you get it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you know it's funny. I know it's been like soft confirmed, maybe by Oda, that it's like not. It's like something tangible. It's like
Yeah.
not something like
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
been confirmed by him that it's not just power of friendship or the journey is.
But like I would have genuinely thought that at this point I would have been like, yeah, it's probably just gonna be like nothing, and then they're gonna be like, it was the journey. But like that would be kind of lame.
Yeah.
too
So,
much
There
build
is
up
a
for it to be
theory that the
nothing.
One Piece is the red line itself. That the continent, the single continent on the planet, is the One Piece.
I mean, I guess they're kind of right, but I don't know if that's actually the
Well,
the
they
Yeah,
One
I don't
Piece.
know about that.
They've kind of said it's on the on a specific island, so
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just like $1 million, and Luffy's like, we're rich.
$2 million.
So-
$1 bajillion.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Or it
like
could be one
actual
of like
real
the
money.
ancient weapons.
Yeah.
What if it's Oda?
It's
Oh
Oda.
yeah, Oda's just sitting there. What if
Yeah.
it's the freaking island with Gaimon on it? That one dude who fell into treasure
Oh my
chest
gosh.
with a big afro. What if that's
Oh
actually
yeah,
One
he wasn't.
Piece?
Was he in the manga?
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
It's just
Oh
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
random chapter.
Yeah, and people kept talking about him in the SBS for like aeons until they finally
I
had
know.
other things to talk about.
I love when sometimes like background characters designs get reused. People call out Oda on it and are like, "Wait a second, I thought he
Yeah.
was already dead." And then he's like, "Ah, yes, they were twins. You see."
Yes, they were twins, you see. It's
Oda's
funny.
got such a good sense of humor in those. It's so funny.
Yeah, when he's answering all sorts of kids' questions. Oh, it's good. All right, I don't know what Are we gonna read next time, or are we gonna just do like a tier ranking of everything before the?
Ooh, that would be
Time
fun.
skip.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd
the
be there for
time
that.
skip.
Yeah,
Would you guys be down for that?
yeah, I'd be down for that. Because then it gives us a small break, and then we can go straight
Mhm.
into what is
Yeah,
it?
we can
Sharkman
do
Island, Fishman
Fishman
Island.
Island.
I read
We
the
can
word
do-
shark.
I can do like an arc tier list stream, a like Straw Hat tier list,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do tier lists and then do like memes
then
and watch like
a
funny
villain
jokes.
tier list.
Yeah, we could do that. That would be fun. It's a fun break
Ooh, yeah, we could, yeah.
for June.
I dig it.